Yeah. Last night, I don't even know what channel it was. It was after that 6'8" giant destroyed these midgets from Notre Dame last night.
Real midgets?
Women's basketball. No. The women's basketball. That you didn't watch that, Christina, is weird to me.
That I didn't watch women's basketball?
This woman's 6'8", and she's this so wild, and she talks like this. And when they interview her, she goes, "I just was doing it for my team." And she just puts her arms up, and no one can shoot over her hardly. And if the ball comes off the rim, they jump. Even the tall ones, they just can't jump with her. And she's like just this big praying mantis thing. I mean, I don't know what the line was, but if they have a line for women's basketball, you would have become a billionaire betting every week on Baylor's women's basketball team. And the coach, they were writing all these articles about this woman coach and congratulating her. And, of course, last year they won the championship. This year they're 40-0, the first team ever to do that. Well, it's like if I got into a 6-year-old league, they would never lose a game. Right? I would stand by the bucket and, and they'd score a few, right? But then the coach would be congratulated and they would interview me and I go, wow, yeah, I'm 6. And, but you don't look 6. Well, I am 6. It's just, whatever it is. She's a mutant. She's not normal. I feel terribly sorry for her, but I'm so attracted to the oddness of it that I can't stop watching it.
What are we talking about, Ellen?
No, Brittany Griner, the 6'8" Baylor women's basketball center. I've watched like 5 or 6 games. It would be like playing against Ira. It's unbelievable. And when she put her hands up and you see the poor Notre Dame women come down, there's nothing they can do. And if they try to go down the lane, her arms reach to each side of the lane and stop them like a...
She's got the wingspan of a condor over there.
She's like a Gumby, kind of. Well, I'm sorry nobody watched her. I told everyone. I've talked her up. I've done everything I can do. And, of course,
she's
I'm
like
sure
the guy from Fantastic Four who's...
very much so.
Like all rubber or whatever. Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. You've got to, you got to get stoned and watch this maybe. I don't know.
Well, that
the
helps
men's
with
basketball.
anything, really.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's so hard to watch women's basketball.
It really is.
Not when this woman's playing. It is not. It is not. And she'll be in the WBA, and which is ridiculous, but she ought to be in the NBA.
I saw one highlight on SportsCenter where she pulled down a rebound with her Adam's apple, and I thought it was phenomenal.
Well, you're very funny all of a sudden.
Coming out the gate on fire, Jay.
Well, then I'm, sitting there in that kind of stupor you have, and the hotel that I'm in is not a top-notch, high-end hotel. And so the channels stop at, 41 or whatever. There's no HBO. There's no nothing. No movies. And it's an old TV with a big giant picture tube. And so I'm looking at whatever channels, and I think it's the country channel. Is it CMT or CNT?
CMT is the country music.
Something like that. And they have boxing on, but not boxing that you would normally see. The boxers are good, but it's some lower league. And Butterbean Phillips was fighting. Butterbean weighs 330, and he wears red, white, and blue trunks, and he has 51 straight knockouts. Butterbean Phillips. Garrett, you said he was a boxer, right?
Yeah.
A real boxer.
He was in the first Jackass movie, and they set up a fight between him and Johnny Knoxville, I believe, in a department store.
Right.
And he just walked in and had a ring girl and then rang a bell, and he knocked Johnny Knoxville out cold.
Well, of course he did. First of all, he's 700 pounds. Johnny Knoxville doesn't know how to box. He's got a catheter in his cock while he's boxing him in front of, the boys, 8 to 12 section of clothes. I like how Garrett's like, he's a professional boxer. No professional boxer meets you in the boys' aisle at a store to fight you.
He fought a real big guy. This guy comes out.
Well, I was going to say real quick.
No, he fought a really big guy 220, who was a real boxer. And I guess they had a bunch of fights, but it's some lower league. It didn't look like, top rank boxing or whatever. And here comes this big fat guy, Butterbean. So the crowd does its thing. Well, it's real boxing. And the guy starts peppering Butterbean. Butterbean hardly holds his hands up. And the guy is just banging away. And they show Butterbean's wife. She is his manager. And the announcers are saying, well, Cindy Phillips isn't going to like this or some nonsense. So the round ends. They come back out. Guy's peppering Butterbean again. All of a sudden, Butterbean knocks him through the ropes. Out cold. And no fake, no nothing. This is my favorite boxer I've ever seen in my life. Butterbean Phillips. Bring it up there in the studio and show people. You won't believe him. Red, white, and blue trunks.
He's really famous.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a night watching him. Then, Christina,
Yes.
Have you ever watched Basketball Wives?
Yes, Evelyn. Oh, and Tammy. Oh!
Now, here are these guys that make hundreds of millions of dollars over a lifetime if they're pretty good, right? Mm-hmm. Can make hundreds of millions of dollars. And we say what thugs they are and they don't get an education but you only see them interviewed about the game. They marry
or in court.
They marry what
or
looks
just
like
date.
These women that are on this show it's a conglomeration of whores. They is. They are the most hoary women I've ever seen, and they say
Royce is not hoary.
They
First
say
of all,
they say hoary shit. They've got millions of dollars from these guys. Christina.
Number
What?
one.
Jay.
Let me tell you what definition of a whore is.
Listen.
A whore marries or fucks somebody for money. Whore. End of conversation. Yes.
I was just going to say,
Call that
surely.
entertainment.
First
Whores.
of all, maybe I missed a memo on
They
this.
act like whores.
Maybe I missed a meeting, but when did
Hold on a
wives
minute.
become
Hey, you dress
interest-
like a thug, you die like a thug. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sean.
I'm done.
No, you're not.
I have nothing to
apologize.
say.
No, I apologize.
No,
Go
that's
ahead.
all right.
Go ahead.
As long
He
as we
got
got,
carried
as long as we
away.
got
Go
that
ahead,
stellar
Chewie.
line out,
No.
people will
got-
resonate. Let that resonate, people.
Guy got fired here in New Orleans for saying that. Some cop said, hey, the kid dressed like a thug, he ended up like a thug. Well, goodbye. Yeah, some stupid sheriff
Way to go.
in Louisiana over Trayvon Martin. Go ahead.
I'm just fascinated that wives are interesting all of a sudden. I don't know when that happened.
I don't either.
And these women, these basketball wives, are more thuggish than the husbands.
They really are.
Like, the husbands can turn it off to do an interview. All these broads do is they apparently meet up for lunch to fight in different restaurants.
All they do is
throughout
eat,
the East
right?
Coast.
They're just always lunching.
Well, they go, I wanted to have lunch with Terry.
They call it a
get
sit-down.
some stuff off my chest and let her know how I feel.
I want to sit down with her and get all this shit out on the table.
Right.
Meanwhile, everything else is on the table, too. Their dinner.
The need to be famous, or what is defined as fame now, which Christina likes and maybe you like and Garrett likes, I don't find it that they're famous. Like I
None
watched
of you guys do.
I
You
watched
old
a few
school
minutes.
guys.
I watched a few minutes of Jersey Shore, and I could tell that in between shots and maybe even at lunch, they were laying around. And they did these shots of them that had nothing to do with the scene.
Right.
And then they
B-roll.
edited them in while action was going on someplace else. You could see the edits.
Yeah.
And you could see the guys. And I'm looking at it going, it isn't entertaining unless you are one of those people, I guess. So, Christina, I think you're more like the Basketball Wives or the Jersey Shore people. I think you're kind of like that.
No, I
Shaking
see.
his head no,
I
because he
see her-
knows me for real.
Yeah, I see her as more of
Well,
a
you
Mob
like
Wives.
it. It's there somewhere. It's inside of you. You would be on a show like that, and you would marry some basketball player. You'd act just like that.
No, she's Mob Wives all the way. First of all,
Yeah,
the
you
last
would.
name, Palumbo. You're part of the team. Just make up your uncle was somebody, your dad was, something. And
I've
then,
never met anybody named Palumbo that wasn't greasy.
Thanks, Jay.
live
I
by
grew
the
up with,
grease, die
that,
by the
I'm
grease.
taking that as a compliment.
No, but I'm thinking of I've known tons of Palumbos. Joe Palumbo. These are guys that went to high school with. There's a lot of Italians here.
You are the
And-
cutest, greasiest girl I've ever seen.
Thanks,
Well,
Julie.
I don't know that I knew their sisters, but I remember that their sisters looked kind of like them. I don't remember. Did one of them, was there a Palumbo that had a good-looking sister? Maybe so. I don't know. But the guys, greasy. Hair combed straight back and greasy. I mean, my family, too. I mean, I have, Sicilian
I was going
blood
to
in
say,
me.
you're a greaseball also. You know that.
I guess I can be. I never was greasy, though. Never. But I've had relatives. Well, we had
That
something
thick
else.
Louisiana.
They were slick. Palumbos were greasy and Neanderthal looking with the hair combed straight back. That's all. So, but anyway, please, Garrett, we got to get Butterbean on the show.
Let's
My
get
favorite-
Evelyn on the show.
Get Evelyn on the show.
Let's get some Mob Wives up in this bitch.
Oh, I would.
You know,
die.
Christina,
I'd be
you
so
can
happy.
call any of these shows and say you represent us and book them. There's nothing stopping you. There's no hierarchy here. Trust me.
Oh, I thought there was.
Feel free to
No.
jump the chain of command here all day
There
long.
is no hierarchy here. There is, you can, if you wanted to call the producers or whatever the channel is and represent yourself as the producer of the Jay Thomas Show and book a guest, it doesn't bother me at all, and there's no chain of command here, and to think that is nonsense. When I say here, I mean in the whole fucking company. Just
All
do
right,
it.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Please. Gene
so
Simmons
powerful all of a
of
sudden.
KISS has endorsed Mitt Romney on Fox and Friends.
That's disappointing.
He appeared on the staunchly conservative show, and he argued that America's next president must be Mitt Romney.
He promised not to move my hair.
I have some real issues with the economy and how it's being done, said Gene Simmons. America should be in business, and it should be run by a businessman, said the musician.
Oh, fuck off. You want to help people out? Take that horrible show that you call a reality show off the TV where your whole family out-acts each other. The worst acting I've ever seen on that fucking show.
When someone called out to Steve Ducey,
Chaim. Can you call him Chaim, his original name?
well,
That's
when
how
they
Charlie
called
Sheen
out
got in trouble.
to Steve Ducey, Gene Simmons thought someone was talking about his douchey hair helmet.
That thing is totally
looked.
missing a chin strap.
It's hard to believe that the Doctor of Love, I don't know.
No, it's
would-
not. The guy, there's nothing hard to believe about Gene Simmons. If it's not nailed down, he will paint Kiss on it and sell it. He's a fucking whore for dollars, and there's nothing that should surprise you about Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons was plugging his new chain of restaurants, Rock and Brews, which is launching internationally this very day, and the franchise will hire military veterans. That's what he's doing.
I mean, the guy sells a coffin, a Kiss coffin that doubles as a cooler.
Imagine 1,000 years from now, they dig up some cemetery
Yeah.
and there's a Kiss coffin. What
Right.
are they going to think?
Right? They're gonna go, what the fuck is wrong with
Well,
these idiots?
We have a guy coming on
Why
tomorrow,
does it say
I
God
believe,
of Thunder on this coffin.
who makes coffins out of bacon. Coming on
Well,
tomorrow.
Look, that's something. At least the
I hadn't
insects-
known when to bring this guest out, and now that you've said this, I've had his name on a list for quite a while. Bacon Coffin Man coming on. Which Kiss tune do you think Romney will? Hey, give us a call at 888-4.
Love Gun.
No.
Oh,
nothing
yeah.
nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. It's got to be. Love Gun's good.
Love Gun, yeah.
Rock bottom.
Well, do you think that when someone like Gene Simmons endorses someone, you would kind of want to look at his lifestyle? He's anything but family values.
I know. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
He just married a
he
woman
did
he's
get
had
married.
3 kids with for the past 30 years. He just married her.
You know. Let's go to Jelly Bean Phillips on line 2.
This
Yes,
is Butterbean's mortal enemy.
Jelly. Is it Jelly Bean or Butterbean? What is your name? Line 2. It's not working? Line 2 is not working? There it is. Go ahead, line 2. Yeah.
Hi, Jay. What's going on? It's Butterbean. I'm in the middle of training right now.
I see. Well, thank you, Butterbean, for calling.
Hey, I'll be in New York next week. I'm fighting the Empire State Building. You think I can get one of those bacon coffins to bury this prick in?
All right.
Meanwhile, you know the opponent's got to be bad when Butterbean outshines you in the ring.
I don't.
Hey, by the way, Mitt Romney's song from Kiss should be God Gave Rock and Roll to You.
God gave rock and roll to you. I like that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Butterbean Phillips.
All right, man. See you later.
All right. James McCartney wants to hook up with Jason Starkey and Donnie, D-H-A-N-I, Harrison, and Sean Lennon and make the new Beatles.
That's nothing. Ace Frehley just endorsed Dukakis. How crazy is that? What? Now, these are kids of the Beatles?
Yes, they are.
And they want to form a Beatles group.
And, well, no, it's James
And who's teaching them to jam? Jack Black? Are we making a movie out of this?
This is, he wants to call them the Beatles Next Generation.
How great would it be if Yoko had a daughter that broke up this band, too?
Do you have any idea how much money these 4 zeros could really make? I mean, none of them
but
do anything.
You're a Beatles fan, okay? You've been a lifelong Beatles fan. Now the kids of the Beatles are going to tour.
Tons of money.
Do you go out and see it?
Yeah.
It's not the Beatles. You're better off you'll come closer to a Beatles concert by going to see one of those Beatle impersonators in Vegas or the Fab Four. They don't dress like the Beatles, but they play their music
but they
exactly
are the offspring.
note for note.
They are the offspring of the generations of a generation's
So they're basically saying,
greatest memories. Yes,
my dad, I shot out of my dad's prick. Remember him? Give me $100 and come.
they're
watch
all
me try and do
musicians,
it.
though. They're all musicians.
Yeah, all right.
And the guy, I guess, I don't know, maybe it's a girl. Harrison, I don't know if it's a daughter.
They're all
There's a
such great musicians. We know all their names before you even read the story.
D-H-A-N-I, Donnie. It looks Indian or
Dahani?
something. Maybe it's Dahani. If he was a running back, it would be Dahani.
That's the only way.
But it's
I know.
Republican lawmakers in Oklahoma want to force welfare recipients to take drug tests. And the Republicans brought this up. So the Democrats said, okay.
It's going to be a lot of checks not coming.
That's right. That's true. And, a lot of people say we ought to do this, but sheriff's departments and probation officers and people that hand out the welfare don't want it to happen because now these people will be thrown out of the government housing and they become an even bigger crime and, homeless problem.
You're taking, really, for some people, probably the only option they have.
It's not that they're selling drugs. It's that they're smoking dope.
Right.
And maybe test them for coke or heroin or something. But pot? I don't know anybody who can do that. Well, the Democrats said, okay, we'll vote for that as long as the lawmakers will pee in a cup also.
Oh.
And the Republicans said no.
What?
The Republicans said no. And on Tuesday, they dropped the amendment. The amendment was in there that it would be approved by the Democrats if the Republicans would also take a drug test in the state of Oklahoma. Now, this is the state Congress. And then after the Republicans looked at it, they got exactly what they wanted, but they had to be drug tested. And so they said no. Isn't that weird?
In all fairness, I've been in Oklahoma, and you can't do that fucking place sober. So I get it.
Yeah, they should have let it pass, and now they've let it drop, and they say now that having the lawmakers pee in a cup was a stunt. Well, then let it pass. That's all.
Like they're Don King. What are they trying
If
to
you don't,
promote?
what they're saying is, if you're a lawmaker or you have a job, it's probably okay to smoke a joint every now and again. But if you're not.
By the way, a guy on my Twitter, Bob Shankman, writes, I went to school with a Chet Palumbo, greasy as fuck.
Oh, you mean Uncle Chet?
Yeah.
The fact that his name was Chet, though, means he had some other blood in him.
Yeah, no
he's
doubt.
Some
not
other
one
kind of blood.
mine.
You are 100% right. No purebred names him Chet.
Years ago, when Peyton Manning was coming out, he was neck and neck with Ryan Leaf, wasn't he? Was it Ryan Leaf?
Yeah, that was that draft, right?
Yeah, they were neck and neck, and Ryan Leaf was coming out of Oregon State, I want to say.
No, I think he was Stanford.
No, it wasn't Stanford. No.
Oh, Washington. He was out of
Washington State,
Yeah.
Washington State or something like that. And so the San Diego Chargers took him, and Manning was taken by Indianapolis. And every time they would check with someone, they were told from Washington State that Ryan Leaf was an asshole. But I guess they figured a lot of guys are assholes.
It's a phase. He'll change.
They pay him $10 million, and he turns out to be a huge asshole. And I
He
think
almost
it cost
beat the shit out of a reporter in the locker room. It's legendary tape.
So they get rid of him, and he ends up in Canada or whatever. Maybe some other teams tried him, but he's done. He's been arrested for the second time. He's a football coach, and he goes into kids' houses, and he steals pills from players' families.
Damn.
I know.
That's crazy, man.
When they contacted
What the fuck happened
the San Diego Chargers former general manager, they asked him how he felt about Ryan Leaf breaking into places and stealing drugs. And this guy did not say we wish him the best. And he said, well, he was a fucking thief when he was here and took our money. That's what he said.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bobby Beathard's the guy's name.
Jeez.
Fucking
Bobby.
hates his guts to this day. Didn't say anything. The former NFL
Well, at least
quarterback
he's being honest. Fuck it.
was arrested twice in 4 days in Montana,
Oh, yeah.
charged with burglary and possession of dangerous drugs.
I don't know what's more depressing, that he's been arrested again or that he's in Montana.
Well, no, he had driven from Texas. He's on probation in Texas,
Must have been a lot of pills.
where at West Texas A&M he had been the quarterback coach. So That's terrible, isn't it?
We all know what a great season they just had.
West Texas A&M, I've never even...
No one has.
No one's heard that. Michael, Tennessee, 8884-102-102. Yes, Michael, go ahead.
Hey, Jay. How you doing? Hey, who are you going to vote for in this election?
I vote for every Democrat and every tax and every bond, everything.
Who are you going to vote for in this election, sir?
You know, I'm fucking staying out of it.
Smart
I don't
move.
know enough. The world's fucked up enough without my 2 cents.
Well, and coming from you, it sounds right to me. So. Doesn't it? The world's fucked up enough without me. Well, I think you're wrong. I think you ought to become interested, and I think you ought to vote for who you feel who should get your vote. And I just think you ought to do it. I think, they keep saying how many people died for the right to vote. Maybe the Civil War, and maybe the Second World War. But after that, not sure. We need to pin all the deaths on our ability to vote. I'm sorry to say that, but they keep saying how many people died so you could vote. So
Why don't we change it to 20 people spraying their ankle voting? Something actually could happen.
You know how many people dodged the draft so you could vote?
Yeah, but Jay, one vote doesn't matter. They don't go by people; they go by states. I mean,
but you know what? There's a karma to it.
I love that he's lecturing you on how the election works.
There's a feeling. There's a mass hysteria. There is optimism, pessimism, whatever you want it to be. And when you step in and you make the vote, or you send it in. You can absentee vote. And if you do a little research, every time you do it, you become a more informed citizen. And so that's why, not to change an election, just inform you. You say you didn't know anything. So I'm going to hang up on you. And you're
Can I
going
ask a
to
question?
no, get the fuck out of here, you lack of fucking brain damaged asshole.
See you, buddy.
He's brain damaged, and he's not going to vote. What's he going to do? Sit in the room, stare out of the window with a fucking dribble cup, catching the fucking saliva coming out of his fucking head that was knocked? I mean, come on.
Dressed as a superhero, like an idiot.
That's why you see people in wheelchairs and the elderly and shut-ins voting like crazy.
Let me tell you something about this.
Gives them something to live for.
Let me tell you something about this idiot we just had on the phone.
Yeah.
He killed Friday night in Chicago on our show.
He was good? He was funny?
He was really good. He did a very good job. And he was dressed as a superhero.
Well, you ought to get up there and tell him you're not going to vote,
Believe me, I don't think anybody watching him on stage was thinking, who do you think he's voting for?
Oh, no, in my family, no one would ever say, why are we going to college? But if anybody said it, it's just to become an informed citizen. That's all. You can waste your time watching TV or whatever, and I don't think anything horrifying is gonna really happen to many people. But if it does, you ought to know. Wow, well, what's going on?
Polar
you
shifts,
should know.
man, they're coming.
I mean, everybody's talking about all this all the time. The fact that no one's interested in it is odd to me. Because I got interested because I worked for a guy that forced me to get interested. He just demanded that I knew stuff about politics, and I didn't give a shit. So just to shut him up, I would have a fact when I went to his house. And then after a while, he died.
Yeah. Well,
and I'd gather
him.
facts.
You finally shut him up.
Yeah. And he ended up stealing money from me and being a son of a bitch, but in the beginning
he knew
was
his
good.
Politics.
He did.
Yeah.
And he almost went to jail a couple of times. But Gary of St. Louis. Yes, Gary, go ahead. Gary of St. Louis.
I just want to let you know that in Oklahoma, the reason why people have to do drugs out there is the beer out there is 3.2.
Yeah, I'm not a big drinker. Is that so low?
Right?
Well, what would another beer be? 6%? I don't know.
5.5%, 6%.
Okay, so here's what you do. You carry some grain alcohol with you, and you you buy a beer, okay? And you buy a really good beer, and then you drink a couple of sips, and you pour some of the grain alcohol into the beer, give it a little up and down shake, and now you got yourself a delicious 7.2 beer.
That's right. But
Well,
what I do, I just get 3 fingers of good scotch, like Glenlivet or something like that.
Yeah.
And with a
Now, this
couple
voice of yours, is that from smoking or is that a cocaine or drinking voice? What is that?
Both at the same time, Dad.
What is that?
Probably a drinking voice.
It is a drinking voice. Yeah, it doesn't sound good. Have you had it checked out? Is there something down there that could kill you?
It's just what's going on. I haven't been a smoker since early 60s, tobacco-wise, as far as...
Look, you need to go get this checked. You don't sound well.
No, I'm doing fine, Jay.
Really?
You sound fine, sir. Don't listen to Jay. He's just trying to freak you out.
You don't sound fine.
Can you say, I like taters?
I don't like taters. I like potatoes, but not taters.
Taters.
French fry
I'm not from that
French
part.
fries.
Well, you know what? You see this? They're making fun of you about your accent and everything else. I'm trying to help
I
you.
don't have an accent.
And we know, who you'd rather talk to? Them.
From all over America, okay?
Yeah, Jade, I'm not making fun of him. Can you say life is like a box of chocolates, sir?
I don't know why you would even say that, Julie. I really don't.
All right.
He's from all over America.
Can you say I don't remember eating that?
By the way, this is exactly what Forrest Gump's wife sounded like before she died. She had the AIDS in her voice. That's right. AIDS,
by the way,
AIDS got her.
Mr. Nolte, I thought you were great on Luck. I just wanted to let you know.
I love that show.
Real? Well, it's never coming back.
I love that show.
That place was
never
coming
back.
That show's like Jonestown for horses.
You realize it's never coming back, right?
show isn't. I don't.
Never.
Care. I mean,
It will. Never.
Well, it was good while it lasted. Like a lot of things on HBO.
Well, they began killing so many horses, they had to stop the show.
Is Eastbound and Down done this season?
No, last season. It's the last season.
No, I'm saying there's another episode.
Yeah.
I thought Deadwood was good too. That was a good show.
Deadwood is one of the best shows HBO ever fucking
God,
ran.
you guys, here's what they did. He tried to use some sort of medieval brogue, and it was bullshit. And so, consequently, you couldn't understand it. But you know what? Two pseudo-bullshit intellectuals like you two.
He would walk out and he would say, okay, drinks are half price and whores are half price. I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and you know, you got women using the C word like it's going out of style. That's a Western, my friend.
That's right. Exactly.
None of that happened in the West.
What do you know? You weren't there.
No, but historians...
You're the same guy who says, "Oh, Deadliest Catch is all staged. It's all set up."
Oh, gee, it's hard to... They take the boat out and they pretend they're sliding all over the
They
deck.
pretend that it's all in a sound studio.
I bet they're 1,000 yards offshore. And they just don't show you the shore.
You're an idiot. I wish they would. If there's anybody listening from that show, please offer us just one time to go out on one of these fucking boats with Jay Thomas. I want to see the look on your face when these guys
Jay,
go
you don't
at
think
it.
they're just in front of a green screen the whole time?
Well, I don't think they have to be. No, they actually take them out. But I don't believe they're out 40, 50, 100 miles.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
He makes me nuts when he says this shit. It makes me nuts.
I just don't believe it. I think it's too expensive insurance-wise to do that. And the same thing with Survivor. I've always heard that the hotel, if they just turn the camera to the right, you'll see the hotel off to the right.
Well, I always picture Survivor. I agree with you on that. Like the guy's filming them eating, larvae, and he's eating a sandwich. He's got mayo on his face.
Yeah, it's like a buffet at the Days Inn.
At the end of the season, though, those people look like starved.
Like they haven't eaten. Like they've been eating bugs for fucking 4 weeks. Yeah.
Well, I didn't say they weren't on diets.
Yeah. Yes, Nick Nolte.
Yeah.
The comedian, entertainer Reggie Waits, I guess it is. Have you ever seen or heard any of his stuff?
Reggie Waits. I'm not familiar with him, sir.
Well, Rod Bennington has interviewed him a couple times, and you really ought to check him out. He's a comedian and does a lot of different things. He was in a couple of different bands.
You know what? I don't need some guy who's about 6 months away from dying of throat cancer to start, booking guests. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. At least you've got some problems with the vocal cords that need to be dealt with.
My vocal cords are just goddamn...
You're about to die. Everyone in this room can feel that... I want to tell you something. I hope Death can pronounce your last name. Excuse me, is this the Charlton home or the Carlton? How do you say it? Jim Carlton? Yes.
6 months and tell you how I'm doing. Okay?
All right, call me in 6 months because I'm sick of this. All right. Good
It'll
Lord.
sound like this. Hello, Jane.
No, 6 months. He goes, you were right.
Boy, was I an idiot.
Jake of Kentucky. Congratulations on
I'm so embarrassed.
Stunning victory the other night over the anti-evolutionists from Kansas. Go ahead, Jake of Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
What do you mean you don't know about all that? Kentucky won the big game. Kentucky won the big game the other night.
It doesn't mean I like them.
Oh, you don't like Kentucky? You're from Louisville, probably.
No, I don't like. You know who I really like? The Michigan State, but they just couldn't do it.
I hate people who are big fans, like Shuley, of a city they never lived in, nothing. He's a Pittsburgh Steeler fan. You've got to like where you live.
No, you don't. No, you don't. What if I lived in Cincinnati? You tell me I got to root for the fucking Bengals? With a gun to my head, I wouldn't root for them.
Holy shit.
Or the Browns or the Ravens.
I'm going to make a new rule starting right now. Okay. I don't really need a lot of comment after I make a declarative statement.
Yes, sir. Are you listening?
No, there's no yes, sir. I don't even need it, and I don't need it mocked. I say things, and it's time to move on. You live in Kentucky. I find it ridiculous that you don't pull for your local university. I don't need to comment. What did you call about?
Butterbean.
My favorite heavyweight, Butterbean Phillips. Do you know him?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, they found him at a tuck band contest up in Michigan.
Yeah, he's right.
And that's where he got his start. And he kind of looked like Fester off of the Addams Family. Is it?
Yeah.
Great big bald guy.
Yeah,
Well, that guy wasn't big. They put a big...
Another
coat
fake show,
on it.
according to Jay.
Well, you know what's funny? The
You
guy
gonna tell me that hand didn't move around on its own now?
Well, do you know that producer went on to do Deadliest Catch? That's what's so crazy.
Wow.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
He almost got me to say that, and I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, I know. I'm supposed to talk back. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. When you say, is that right? That's okay to do that.
Yeah, when you make yourself look stupid, Jay has no problem with you talking back.
Right.
I noticed that.
Yeah.
I've been listening for a long time.
All right. Look, your time is over with us. Thank you. Let's go to Mickey of Detroit. Hello, Mickey. It's Jay Thomas. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hello, Jay. How are you, sir?
Oh boy.
You all right?
Now
Yes, sir.
I've talked to you for a long time, and your voice sounds bad, but it hasn't gotten any worse.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Neither is yours, except
Right.
for on the basketball show.
$1 million.
You didn't like the basketball show.
I hate basketball with a passion.
All right.
Like that.
Well, that's good.
What do you love with it?
Well, you have a mayor in Detroit, Dave Bing, was a big pro. What?
He likes football and hockey.
Oh, football and hockey.
Football,
Okay,
hockey.
cool, great. Okay, look. What made you call?
Curling's mighty
When you
fun.
started, when you talked about the Democrats putting in that bill that all the politicians be drug tested,
Yeah.
Right.
I think every politician, from the president on down,
Right.
ought to be drug tested and ought to be subject to random,
Yeah.
just like you are if you work for the government.
I agree.
Okay. And I also think that they shouldn't have the great insurance policy they have. They have the greatest one in the world.
No, look at Wiener. He gets health
That's gay,
insurance
sir.
for the rest of his life.
Right. Well,
And so does Newt Gingrich, that fat ass.
Right.
He must cost us a fortune. Just in
how about
Lake-
Dick Cheney? Dick Cheney's got to be costing us millions.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, there's a big thing now. Where did he get his? Where did he get the heart from?
I was just going to say, who do you think's paying for that fucking heart?
Well, wait a minute. How come he got a heart?
The line.
Yeah, he got right. Yeah, he got right to the front of the line, didn't he, Mickey?
He sure as fuck.
God, right to the front of the fucking line.
And you know what? They
What?
got optical, dental. They don't have to pay for anything.
to
But
pay
they're
shit.
subject to
Right.
random drug.
Now, could you live in a state, Mickey, where the beer is 3.2 alcohol content?
I drank some beer the other day that was 7.4.
Wow.
7.4.
No, but could you live in Oklahoma and drink 3.2 beer? Could you do it?
No, I passed through Oklahoma and I worked there once, and there were some awful. I like that word Obama uses, folks. There were some nice folks there.
Well, Mickey, look, it's always great to talk to you. Maybe for more fun when you're drunk, but give us a call again sometime
I'm
when
on
you.
my way. I'm
Where are you heading?
drinking fine Italian wine.
Wonderful. Well, you know what? It's 3:38.
In Italian, wow.
It's 3:38 Eastern time.
I get up like at 3:30.
Okay, great. It's like 2:38 to you. Why don't you call us back at 3:38 Central Time? Okay.
If you want me to.
Sure, I want to hear how it goes. And we'll do that thing. You take a drink and see if you can operate a motor vehicle, for like the drunk driving thing. All right, thank you so much. Thank you. Let's go now to a call from my liver.
Yeah.
My liver's calling. Hello? An idiot, my liver.
I don't know if you know this, but your liver and Charlie Sheen sound exactly alike.
Yeah.
You know, Jay, you're not a big drinker. You've only been in New Orleans for 3 days, and I'm about to shut down.
What an idiot. Stupid bitch.
Jay, Yay!
What? Wait, my liver's name is Charlie now. Yes. What is it, Charlie? What? It's either my liver or Charlie Sheen.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, it is your liver.
All right, yes. What is it, my liver?
Dick Cheney got his heart.
What?
You know, Dick Cheney got his heart.
No, I don't. How did he get his heart?
He knocked the Tin Man out of line in the Mario's.
All right. Thank you, my liver. Thank you very much. Let's go to Don of Pennsylvania. Yes, Don, did you watch this behemoth woman, 6'8", play women's basketball and win the national championship last night?
Yeah, I did, and the caller before your liver sounded just like her. And I think the first thing that she ought to do with the money she gets is buy herself a pair of tits, because she has no tits.
Well, she does look like a really tall, skinny guy. She has a deep voice. I know she has too many male hormones. She is a female.
You think? She had bat wings by halftime.
Well, she is going to be on is she on the women's Olympic basketball team?
And she pulled her shorts way up to her, almost to her tits.
Well, it's to hold her balls up.
You would see those if she pulled them up. Poor thing. And now
see those. Pistol Pete wore the smallest shorts on the face. He looked like Daisy Duke on the basketball court. You never saw a pubic hair, much less a testicle, come out.
Well,
of
so
it.
Now she'll be on David Letterman tonight, and she'll tower over.
David.
That's right. She'll do David Letterman, and then
do we have
she'll
any
sign
Godzilla
with
music?
the double WNBA, and that'll be it for this poor thing.
Dun, dun, dun. Hello, David. Top 10 reasons why I'll eat you.
What's that, Don? What's that, Don?
I think if she had a child, it would look just like Trevon Williams.
All right. Thank you, Don. Boy, people hated that Barack Obama said.
Good to see you, David. Thank you for having me.
Reject Godzilla!
Do you mind if I eat Paul Schaefer? I like fruity juice.
There's some brand new sports out there. Coming up, a man who's an expert in them. Head pulling, underwater hockey, and chess boxing. All of these actual sports out there.
I'm open.
Also, we'll have a man whose dream came true. Now, wait a minute now. His dream came true. This is before we go to break, Garrett. Let me get this in. His dream came through at the San Diego Zoo. He had hung around at the San Diego Zoo and with his wife.
And he's a repeat guest.
We've had him on before, but I didn't know this was his dream come true.
He fulfilled a dream last time we had him on.
And this is his new dream.
Yes, I don't want to give away his old dream because it'll give away who it is.
Yes, but he fulfilled the dream, and he'll come back on the show. I forgot we had this guy on.
I believe we had him on twice before. Once at the beginning of his first dream.
How many fucking dreams does this guy have?
Well, he's got quite a few dreams.
Jesus Christ.
Well, he's what he lacks in something else, he makes up for in dreams. That's our headline. And we'll be back.
Jay Thomas.
It's the Jay Thomas Show.
It's all about the love. The Jay Thomas Show. Afternoons.
Stars 2. Sirius XM 104.
Yesterday, in the final hour of the show, we had a black conservative minister on that was going to say what an asshole he thought Al Sharpton was and Jesse Jackson, and that they were manipulating, any kind of tragedy that happens to black people, but yet they don't, go and help anybody else, really, or they never compliment the cops when they arrest a bunch of gangbangers someplace. And we're in the middle of talk, and the man had a movie called Runaway Slave, the movie. And so we're talking away, and Kevin Meaney was there, and I mentioned that he was gay, and the guy said, well, as my grandfather said, I'm agin it, but blah, blah, blah. I said, well, why wouldn't you want someone like Kevin Meaney to, be married and have a family? And the next thing you know, an argument ensued. And Kevin Meaney became quite combative. And the minister, C.L., I don't remember his last name now. Was it Burton? C.L. Burton?
Bryant, I believe.
C.L. Bryant. He told Kevin Meaney that gays should pretend they're not gay, and to get through life. And then he said he had gay friends, but he certainly wasn't accepting, and in my estimation, of gays. And then Kevin Meaney accused the man, and people like him, of in fact being closeted gays. Well.
That's an argument that a lot of gay guys make when they meet with people who are anti-gay, and for the most part, a lot of these guys have issues because they don't know how to deal with the thoughts that they're having.
Well, this man became quite angry, and in the black community and in the African American male culture, the gay thing doesn't go at all, as you know.
No,
right?
It doesn't fly.
Doesn't fly. Well, this man was no longer a minister, and it got ugly. And then Kevin Meaney said, do the initials CL stand for cum lover?
I love him.
And it,
how'd that go over?
Well, not well. So he tried to hang up, and I kept him on for a while, and the abuse continued. And finally, he hung up on us.
Professor Cum Lover, quick follow-up question.
And I called him cocklicker after he hung up. Anyway, I got a bunch of emails at jthomasshow@gmail.com. I listened to your show yesterday and your interview with CL. Thank God Kevin Meaney was there. It seems CL had a decent point to make, but it was coming across as a Baptist preacher. And all of a sudden, I had wanted him to shut up, but then when Kevin called him cum lover, I couldn't wait to hear the man. And Kevin ruined the interview. But on some level, it made the interview more enjoyable to hear this obviously homophobic black man get so angry at the idea that he had been called maybe gay. You didn't help when you said cocklicker, but you waited till the man hung up. This is signed Coco. Don't know if it's a man or a woman. This comes from Forevermont in Vermont, or Formont, or whatever. Kevin Meaney and his homosexual agenda ruined another almost interesting interview. Can you imagine if someone called someone cum lover on a CNN interview? No, but I bet you they'd have huge ratings. Giant ratings.
They were going to call this one show Cum Lover, but I think they went with Anderson Cooper instead. That's tough getting that one out. That's tough. That was a good one. I'm going to go smoke a cigarette after that one. I think I've earned a break.
This comes from Michael. 6 years as a subscriber and 6 years of listening to your crap. And I have to say that Kevin Meaney ruins your show with his gay shit every Tuesday. And you fall right into step.
Gay Tuesday on Twitter. I follow Kevin big time.
It's trending.
He had no right whatsoever to say what he said to Mr. CLB, whose name that Kevin made up may never leave my mind or anybody else's again. And you were wrong about homosexuality. It is contrary to nature. It does not occur in any species except for man. That's not true.
That's not true, right?
That isn't true. And animals lick themselves, and you can say they're doing it to clean themselves, but after 2 or 3 licks, I don't think it's cleaning anymore.
We used to have a gay dog. We'd throw the ball for him to fetch. He'd just roll his eyes like, are you kidding me? Like,
yeah.
You know how hot it is out here?
Jay, would you please find all the gay animals in the world and announce them to us? Okay, I will.
Ferret. Gay.
Joe on Facebook says that CL called Kevin a fag.
It is, no. It is back to music for me. I am beyond fed up with your hypocrisy and your mediocrity.
Yeah, nothing gay about music. Enjoy that Lady Gaga.
And he's a liar if he says he listened for 6 years. That's a lie, because I've been a hypocrite.
Yeah, we've been much worse than yesterday.
Yeah, I've been a hypocrite and mediocre for a lot longer than 6 years. So you're
you could top
full
yesterday.
of shit.
You could top yesterday today if you wanted to.
I can do it now. Hey, you know what? What's your name? Fermont. Why don't you go suck a big sapling? Why don't you do that? Yesterday, Christina told us that Levi Johnston, who's been on this show, we thought he was a good guy, the guy that impregnated after she had signed her abstinence agreement. She couldn't wait to screw this guy, Levi Johnston, whatever Sarah Palin's daughter's name is, little
Bristol.
Contraception Palin. Sonny Oglesby, the 20-year-old school teacher, she is from Wasilla, Alaska. And a lot of girls, Christina, want Levi Johnston's sperm in that town.
He's not a bad-looking guy.
No, he's good, but they want his. We talked about it yesterday. That's their deal. It's way the hell up there, and they want to be warm at night. They want to have offspring. I mean, they're living very close to the line of the trappers and the original settlers of that area. She, of her own free will, held him inside of her until his sperm sprayed all over her eggs.
Sounds like my worst nightmare.
Levi has been dating her for over a year, and never had she held him in before. He had always pulled out, and now this is all, hearsay evidence. And a lot of the evidence that was heard was like, come on, my tits. Come on, my tits, Levi. Sonny isn't showing yet.
Bitch.
She's less than 3 months pregnant, which may be why Levi hasn't told anyone his secret. Of course, that would be Bristol Palin, who lives back in Wasilla now. She got tired of the spotlight, and she's moved back there. So
wait. She just had a reality show.
Yeah, she didn't like it, though. She wanted to go back to wherever. That's what she wants to do.
She was in Arizona. Didn't she buy a house in Arizona?
Yeah, but she's back. I just read the other day she hated all that. She's back to where she ought to be.
Oh, God.
And so now the half brother or sister is coming out of Sonny. Sonny is a school teacher in Wasilla. Levi is telling friends that Sarah and Todd Palin have completely alienated him from his own son, Trip and Fall is the kid's name. And he barely sees little Trip and Fall as a result. Levi says that Sarah and Todd have lied to him. They've told Bristol and Trip and Fall that he was out of town. And he's not out of town. And we're told that Levi is very excited to start this new family and can't wait to present the new little brother or sister to a Trip and hurt your knee. Wow. That's unbelievable. Meanwhile, these guys at MIT who are perfecting a rocket launch to coincide with the grand cross alignment of the planets, which is going to happen 30 years from now, can't get a fucking date.
They're too busy doing math.
This fucking idiot is knocking women up at an alarming rate.
I thought you liked them.
Yeah, you did like him.
But when you think about the really incredible people whose sperm should be being, whose women should be wrapping their legs around them, and as they try and pull out so they won't have a child, these big, strong-legged women should be holding the little tight white asses of these, MIT professors.
Isn't it dark in Alaska for so many, months out of the year?
Yes,
well,
but wait a minute now.
Blame them for impregnating?
For many months of the year, it's 23 hours of light.
Evens out.
When you're staying in a room and you can't quite get all the light out of the room, and you've tried to pull the curtains a certain way, and it really disturbs you, and that's what it feels like for that amount of time also.
And that dead hooker smell keeps you awake. What?
Well,
is this on? I'm sorry. I thought we were on break.
The sun just hovers above the horizon for a long time. A Billings, Montana school bus driver, has been suspended for allegedly trying to kiss and hug a female high school student. The interim superintendent, Jack Copps. Now, I don't know what happened to the other person. I have no idea. The other, that's not his whole name. His last name is Afeel. Jack Copps Afeel called the incident very serious and says this conduct is not appropriate for any bus driver. And the incident was caught on video. He's been suspended, and he will not return to work. Now, was he just...
Not only is he dumb enough not to realize that's inappropriate, but two, that they film everything on buses.
But maybe he was just saying, give me a kiss and a hug to a female student that he liked, that he knew. As a friend. I don't know.
That he liked her. It's a student. It's not like he's another student driving the bus.
Well, here's how it happened. The female student was waiting for another bus to pick her up when the accused pulled his bus up. The female was somewhat familiar with this bus driver, and in the video, Copps Afeel, the interim, whatever his name is, says it appears the bus driver became excited. Then he exited the bus.
He was steering with his boner.
That's when he allegedly tried to hug and kiss the student. The student then got on the bus, and the alleged incident happened again. Copps Afeel says the student was uncomfortable with the situation.
Well, what did you want me to do? Walk and not be molested?
Well, you know what his defense is? It is his job to pick up kids.
It is.
Isn't that weird? I didn't know they had a camera in the... That's what he probably said, too.
Oh, there's a camera in here?
Is that what that is? Is that it? So, the other day, and this is true, this carjacker was gunned down in a hail of bullets in a car he carjacked, and I don't know what state it's in. I'll find it in a minute, but he was driving a Saturn.
Oh, boy. Standards have gone way fucking down.
Isn't that weird, though, that you die in a hail of bullets over a Saturn?
Get out of that Pinto. Give me the keys.
Yeah, isn't that... I mean, that is weird, isn't it?
It's very weird. A Saturn?
Yeah, I mean, why do they even steal a car like that? For what reason would you steal a Saturn?
My buddy Dan in L.A. owned a Saturn. I remember one time I was late for a meeting, and I go, dude, you got to get me this meeting in 15 minutes. And he goes, I own a Saturn. I don't know what you're expecting to happen, but it's not going to happen.
This is Los Angeles. An hour-long chase of an armed carjacker in Los Angeles ended in a hail of gunfire as the police peppered a stolen car with bullets and killed the suspect a few feet from a motorist pumping gas at a Koreatown station. The dramatic conclusion was a pursuit and was broadcast, of course, on local news. And officers fired on a Saturn, blowing out the car windows and killing the man at a Shell service station.
That car's gay. Everybody take aim.
The man pumping gas ducked for cover during the fusillade.
I like how they write that, like that's something out of the ordinary, like you're not supposed to do. What was he supposed to do? So, yeah, go! Get him! Of course he ducked for cover.
Now, investigators haven't said how many officers fired or how many times they fired their weapons at the Wilshire Boulevard and Vermont Avenue gas station. Oh. But Officer Lyle Knight said the video appears to show up to 25 bullets being fired at the car.
Well, it could be like an execution where a lot of them are blanks and only one guy really has live ammo, so they just keep shooting, I guess.
The dead man, and please get your pens and paper out, Shongchi, S-H-O-N-C-H-Y, Tha Oprasawith, THAOPRASEUTH. 22 is from San Bernardino. I have the funny feeling he might be a member of the Koreatown folk. Okay?
And not for nothing, you can blow out the windows in a Geo by sneezing, all right? It's not a very, sturdy vehicle.
So he stole the car, the cops chased him, and then he pulled into the gas station. He appeared to wave a gun. Man, I got to tell you.
Are they sure it was even a Saturn? Maybe they just shot some fucking stranger.
He appeared to have a gun. I'm sure whether he had one or not. And I don't mind it, but that is pretty wild. Couldn't a bullet have hit the gas tank and hit the thing and blown up one of the gas pumps? Isn't that crazy?
I mean, how many stories have you read about these, the gangbangers doing drive-by shootings and some kid gets killed or some, innocent bystander that's across the street gets killed?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Let's go to Bob of Wyoming. Yes, Bob, it's Jay Thomas. Yes, sir. Shuley is here.
Yes.
Ira the weatherman will be here. And we'll also speak to the man that believes head pulling and underwater hockey and chess boxing will be the next big sports. Go ahead, Bob.
Okay. Jay, I wanted to let you know I really enjoyed the show from Louisiana, New Orleans when you were at the bar. But there was two more questions I wish you would have asked that guy with a hand when he got it, sewed to his groin.
We had a guy on that had lost his hand in a tractor accident, and the hand was attached to his leg for many months, and then he had it put back onto his wrist. Only 4 fingers left, and the back of his hand was made of pubic skin, had pubic hairs on it. It was one of my guesses.
Wait a minute, but you say it was attached to his leg. Where was it attached to his leg, his hand?
Well, next to his balls.
So he had a hand underneath his balls.
For like 3 months.
Well, that's awesome because you don't have to stick your hand down there and scratch them in front of people. You already got a hand down there.
Well, I know a guy told me, called up later, said they put his thumb on the inside of his leg down there. So he had his penis and a thumb and 2 balls. Yeah, it all happened.
See, I read a story that a guy lost his penis in some sort of freak accident.
Yeah.
And they sewed on one of his middle finger. They attached it with his nerves.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. No, it's true.
What?
There's video of the guy. He's in traffic picking his nose with his cock. It's amazing.
All right. Bob, we're out of jokes. You go ahead, Bob. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, my two questions were, I was wondering if he was able to hold his dick with that when he was taking a piss. That's one question. And the other question was, I wonder if he ever caught that hand trying to jack himself off.
Well, sir,
you know what?
The guest is not on, so those questions are both very dumb today.
We did those bits. You know what? You just called the 2 most obvious bits that we did, you asshole. Get rid of him. What zeros? What fucking idiots. God, no wonder they think we're funny sometimes. They're so uninteresting and unfunny.
I went with picking his nose with his dick in traffic.
Exactly.
That's brilliant.
Thank you. School bus driver was driving the bus with his penis. We went there.
The girl he molested, her name? Amanda Hug and Kiss. What else you need? Done.
Yeah. Trip and fall. These are inventive. Mr. Copsafield. Superintendent Copsafield. All upset.
Trip and fall.
His kid's name. Every time he falls. Hey, Trip. Well, that's his name. Hey, have a nice trip. See you next fall, Trip. Larry, Pittsburgh. Yes, Larry, go ahead.
Yeah, Jay, we had a school bus driver last week. He pulled up to the bus stop. He was drinking out of a flask. The first time that time.
What?
His phone's cut. You cut off after flask, sir.
All right. Brian of Virginia. Yes, Brian, go ahead. Go to line 3. Yes, hey, Brian. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
No, I needed to get your opinion on something.
Yeah.
And that is, most people that are so anti-homosexual, I mean, they're just adamantly against it. Do you think maybe just sometime down the road that, or beforehand, they were maybe gay or had thoughts?
No, there is a fear, though. There is a horrible fear. You don't have to have been gay or anything, but there is a awful fear of a lot of things. Listen, there are a lot of women who are, and most of them are married, I might add, who just turn off to sex And the idea of talking about sex, and many of them were our grandparents, and some were our mothers, and they become these crusaders almost against, a promiscuity, and it's weird, and it's like they're so frightened that they might have sex again or what. And so, yeah, it comes from some fear, because it is irrational to give a shit what two other people do. It's irrational. I'm sure that if I don't like a gay person, or if I, say something about somebody who is, I don't know what, acting weird, it's probably because I'm frightened one of my kids will act like that or something. I don't know. But most fears are brought on by your own problems. That's true.
Okay, well, listen, I love Kevin Meaney. I love it, man. I just say, listen, two guys want to suck each other's cock, fine, go ahead.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Who cares?
Well, in areas where you're above black people or Hispanics or women or anything else, that's all a power trip, because really, really rich people don't give a shit if a black person gets a break, or a Hispanic or a woman. They really don't care. They're rich. They got theirs. But there's a group of individuals that need somebody above that they are above at all times. And you're not going to have, especially in a poorer area, you're not going to all of a sudden have Hispanics and blacks and women doing jobs, because at some point no one's going to be below you. And that is a human need. Is a human need to have people. Now, I'll go to my grave knowing that I'm better than 99% of the people in the world. And so, consequently, I am magnanimous.
The 1%.
I agree.
I'm up there. But I also welcome Jew, welcome black, welcome one-legged woman, welcome gay, welcome. Well, but you get me down there where I got nothing left, and I'm against them, because I want to be above them. Yeah, my pleasure. Shuli, I'm paraphrasing, but that is a psychologically social absolute study. That's true. You want somebody, it's like a woman's not going to make it in the NBA, because it's a bunch of guys. They don't want to have that.
Right.
They don't want anything beating them. Can you imagine? I wish this big giant woman from Baylor would get drafted and just fucking knock Kobe Bryant's fucking teeth out.
Just dunk on him, and her vagina just stuck to his face.
Like to see him try to bend her over a couch at a hotel and give it to her up the ass.
Yeah.
He'd have a fight on his hands.
Yeah, damn right. You better bring a sack lunch. You're going to be there a long time, buddy.
So Kobe turns her around. She looks over her shoulder and says, "Hey, cut it out."
Is that all you got?
Yeah.
All-star?
Hello, Kobe. By the way, if you play music under my show, I'm going to sue you.
You call that a dunk? Dunk these balls.
Is this from Godzilla?
Yeah,
what a stupid
monster
show.
Music. I can fly too, Kobe.
John Billings, the founder of a Catholic-friendly method of birth control that made his greatest impact in communist China, died Sunday in Australia.
Yeah.
He was 90 years old. Billings and his wife, Evelyn, pioneered the Billings ovulation method in the 1950s. It's a technique that would help women identify their fertile and non-fertile states based on their menstrual cycle.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the most reliable method they found was just being really ugly.
Yeah, no doubt.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? That's not true anymore.
It doesn't stop guys.
It's look, I told you this before, but we were waiting for my father-in-law or something one day, and they weren't home, so we drove around my wife's neighborhood in New Jersey, and the boys are in the back seat, and we're just driving around, and looking, and this horrifying-looking woman comes out of a house, a young woman, and just everything about her was bad. 3 or 4 kids running around, and I said out loud, "Holy shit, who climbed aboard that?"
Oh, no.
And, oh, God, I got shouted down. I don't get it. I really don't understand it. I mean, first of all...
There's somebody for everybody. What don't you understand?
It's stinky down there.
Yeah, but sometimes...
It's stinky.
Sometimes stinky and stinky just don't...
But we don't
matter,
need more people that look like that.
I agree with you. Or smell
They need
like
to
that.
be stopped. Now, they can screw all they want to. Just don't procreate. That's all. You know, you should be put to death once you get over 212.
Wow, I would have been dead.
All right, I'll put it to 220. Maybe there'll be a height. You know, my sister-in-law was a court reporter for years in Missouri and lawsuits and stuff. And there was a really funny lawyer there who would defend all of the businesses in that area. Well, some woman tripped and fell in front of like the A&P. And she sues them for, $50,000 because she stumbled and, broke her leg. So my sister-in-law's typing away. And the lawyer gets up and says, the guy that represents the A&P, Mrs. Johnson, how tall are you, please? And she says, I'm 5'1". And how much do you weigh? And she says, I weigh 228 pounds. Mrs. Johnson, I have a chart here put out by the American Medical Association. And for that weight, your height should be 6'4" tall. And the judge, the hammers were going and the objections were flying, right? And, of course, he lost the case. But he was saying that she was fat. She was wearing high-heeled, shoes. She fell down. And she got the $50,000, by the way. That's the stupid part. Yeah, she got the $50,000. But everybody started laughing. But the reality is, if she'd have been 150, she wouldn't have fallen, probably.
Or wouldn't have hurt as much.
Well, actually, it would have hurt. She probably fell on her ass, and it was okay. Probably felt pretty good. Panama's top coffee producer has set a new record for the world's largest cup of coffee. 750 gallons in a giant mug.
Yeah, are we really out of fucking records to break at this point? Is that what we're saying?
What is
here?
that? I'd be more impressed with how'd you build a mug?
Really?
They just dumped some coffee grounds in a reservoir.
Two records. They also made the largest coffee filter ever to make that coffee.
Coming soon, bio-jewelry. Bone rings grown from your own DNA or from someone else's DNA as a token of your love.
If it's
You submit, let's say, your wisdom teeth, Christina, and an extraction of a fragment, perhaps, of a piece of your jawbone, let's say.
Yeah.
And they're going to do this.
But if I'm providing the material, I mean, I just have to pay for what, labor?
No. $11,700 to produce each ring.
What's on the ring?
It's her tooth and her bone, piece of her bone.
So the ring is bone?
It would be carved, I guess, and you know what? We perhaps ought to get them on the show.
I feel like we could make this ourselves as long as I drink a bottle of whiskey first.
No, the bone's already been pulled. I mean, the tooth's already been pulled. But you make an elaborate ring, perhaps. Perhaps the tooth is like a stone and then there's a diamond. I don't know. But that's the new thing. Then you give it to your loved one, and they're wearing your bone.
You can just rob a grave. And get
that's a good one, too.
I have a DNA ring. It's around my sock, if you're interested.
Yeah.
It's an old sock.
Let's go to Chris, who's who's driving through Ohio. This is what's happening now. People they're not from the state. They're driving through it. And so you'll have to tell me now whether you're a native of that state or there's been too much already. I think Chris already hung up. Yeah. Let's go to Eric of Chicago. Yes, Eric, go ahead. Line 2.
He's
what? Is he there?
Go ahead, Eric. You're up. You don't say.
Why can't I hear him? Why can't? Oh, the phone screwed up or something?
No, he's there.
Jay, can you hear me?
He's not talking. Let's go back down to Chris.
Jay, did you ever shit in a bunny suit?
Who's driving through Ohio on line 5. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, you're a big football fan, right, Jay Thomas?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Well, if everybody over 220 got killed, you wouldn't have any football left, would you?
You would leave big giant people, if you're like 6'5", 6'8", whatever, you could be 300 pounds. Sure.
Oh, you mean just like short, fat?
That'd be, oh, yeah. If you were 5'4" and you were 220, forget it. You're next.
What about Butterbean, your favorite boxer?
Well, yeah, I would let certain entertainment officials, certain entertainment
This
people
line's
would.
getting grayer and grayer.
No, it isn't. No. If you were a meaningless individual and you are
By Jay
overweight
Thomas's
and
standards.
you're short, no, I would figure something out with the Republican Party that denotes people as meaningless. And
what if you're tall and fat?
well, there'd be a height requirement for. How tall are you?
6'2".
And what do you weigh?
Too much.
Well, I can tell. You know what? We got somebody coming on that's making a bacon coffin. We'd bury you in one of those. You've got to be the right height and weight. We might make the. Would you weigh 290?
Would I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you weigh 300 pounds.
Oh, I'm over 300 pounds.
Just
Well,
tell
we'd
us what
put.
you weigh.
You know what?
Yeah, I know.
Let me ask you a question.
He doesn't know
Why
the numbers don't go that high.
Why the fuck are you that fat? Why? Stop it.
I don't know.
But just stop it. Don't.
For a while.
Really? Well, when you stop, don't have every goddamn fucking fried thing they got in the goddamn place.
I know. You know what I think it is? I'm bored out of my fucking mind.
I know. Oh, I'm sure you are. And it's
so
cheap.
easy to just pull it in and fill your face.
That's right.
Do you have to get out of the truck at the weigh stations?
No.
I didn't know if it would tip
No,
the
they
scale.
subtract 314 from the weight. That's all they do. All right. Thank you. Allegiant Airlines, which I used to call Allegiant. Remember that, Garrett? I flew Allegiant once. He said, "You mean Allegiant?" Yeah. They are now going to charge you to use the overhead bin.
Of course.
What?
$35 to stow carry-on bags in the storage bin. And I applaud this. I fly all the time. Yo, I do.
For carry-on, you applaud this.
If it doesn't fit
Sounds
under
like
your
a
seat.
1%er talking.
First
to
of
me.
all, it takes so long for people to put these bags in the overhead, and they carry too much onto the plane because they don't want to check anything. Some of it's for money, and some of it is for their own speed. But what it's really caused is when you get to your destination, the only type of clothing that you can pack into a small bag that fits into the storage bin are the shitty clothes that we all see you assholes wear when you land at the destination. And I welcome everyone during this vacation time to look at how people dress. You don't see Europeans dress like that, and you don't see big and fat Europeans. They have really cool clothes, colorful clothes. They actually try their best, and they're, they might be pleasantly plump.
They
but
wear
they're not
thongs
big.
at the beach. Men.
You
wearing
betcha.
clothes.
No, they don't. Not the Europeans. Oh no, the wives wear these short shorts and tie their blouse over their navel, and they got 2 or 3 kids, and they're jabbering away in Swedish. Yeah, they're sexy. Yeah. So Allegiant Air charging passengers $35 to stow carry-on. Allegiant's new policy, which does not apply to tickets bought before today, means that passengers cannot avoid paying the airline a fee for their bags unless all their belongings can fit into a small personal item bag that then goes under the seat. I love this.
Where do they fly to and from?
I don't know.
America or?
They're in America. Yeah. Las Vegas. They're from Las Vegas.
Wow.
They're the second U.S. Carrier to charge for carry-on bags. Who's the other one? Oh, Spirit.
Yeah.
Spirit Airlines.
How can you? How do you know? Are they going to be locked? The overhead bins, and you need a key to open it.
When they see you reach up and your belly sticks out of your shirt, they'll know you're up to something. Oh yeah.
What about moms and their diaper? Like when you have to bring all
Doesn't
that
fit underneath. Too bad. You wanted to have the kid. Now pay for him.
And they wonder why they're losing money. They're just trying to drive everyone possible away from flying.
No, they're not. That's not going to drive anyone away.
Yes, it
has.
$35
So
to
check your bag underneath. Check it underneath the plane.
That's a hassle also.
Yeah,
and then you have to try to wait for your bag, and then a lot of times your bag doesn't meet your destination. It's like in Hawaii while you're in Pittsburgh.
I pulled 2 big giant bags up filled with fabulous clothes and shoes and everything else I might need. I'm dressed impeccably, even when I'm in, loungewear. And I dress just like Jerry Stiller.
That's the thing. You
And I look just like him when I fly. Like I'm heading for the Panama Canal. And you put it underneath the plane, you put your little bag underneath the seat, and then you take off. You relax. Yeah, you don't need all that shit up above, all that stuff. By the way, they used Sarah Palin on the Today Show to go against Katie Couric on Good Morning America, and it ended up a ratings tie. Wow.
Oh, I heard that Palin won it.
She might have. Well,
30,000.
Oh, well, the Today Show is more popular than Good Morning American. Tori Spelling was on with Ann Curry, and they say that Sarah Palin was very at ease talking to Spelling as one mother to another. Wow. By the way, does Carney Wilson have any other career other than being fat and addicted or
weight loss surgery
or whatever it is?
She's had more than one, hasn't she?
Yeah, and there's some other show being advertised right under the Today Show thing about what is she famous for, Christina?
She was
Carney
in Wilson Phillips.
When was that though? 30 years
right after she retired, outside linebacker for the Ravens.
Would you play a Wilson Phillips song?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
They have one song, right?
No, they have a few hits.
They do?
Yeah.
And she's
the one
Brian
sister,
Wilson's daughter?
Hold On was the big song at the end of Bridesmaids.
And also,
Right.
it was in Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
Wilson Phillips, one of the sisters, was just on Dancing with the Stars last year.
Is she the kooky Beach Boys' daughter? The one that's like mentally deficient?
Right? China Phillips. She's in Wilson
No,
Phillips.
I'm talking about Carney Wilson. Is her dad Brian Wilson?
Yes, and China Phillips is the daughter of
John Phillips.
Yeah, John Phillips, the guy
So
from.
All right, turn this up.
He's from Mamas and Papas, right?
They have a new show on TV Guide channel I saw.
Oh, it's called Fall Asleep to This. It looks really
All
good.
of you need to.
Well, thank God they took the scroll from underneath. You watch and Curb Your Enthusiasm, and then tonight at 8 o'clock. It's a good song. I like this song. Now, what year was this done?
1990.
Yeah, I mean, it's 100, long time ago. Wow. Okay.
I hear this song and I wait for a nurse to open the door and go, Mr. Agar, you're next. See the doctor. Oh, great.
Let's go to Carl in his car phone. Or you're talking on a car phone. Yes, Carl, go ahead. Carl?
What's going on today?
Carl?
You must have an actual car phone from like
Get rid of him. Get rid of him.
One that comes in the suitcase.
Get rid of him.
Remember those?
Stay where you are. Our next guest has found all of these incredible sports. He has found and photographed chess boxing, head pulling, and underwater hockey. I don't know if he made these up himself, but we'll find out.
Chess boxing
I think he
online.
just finds them and
But they're real sports, right?
Yeah, I watch
They
chess
really
boxing
happen.
online. It's
You mean
fascinating
you
and-
play
and-
chess and then you hit the guy?
Yeah, you make a move, you punch the clock, you tip that clock, and then the other guy makes a move, tips it. It's one round, right? One round of
boxing,
chess, and then the next round is boxing, and then they go back to playing chess.
That's cool. Now, what happens if you knock the guy out in the next round?
If you don't
Checkmate.
tap the clock, you don't win. No, that's the
Well,
weird
okay.
thing. Yeah.
All right. Coming up, Saul Neilman, one of your tribesmen, Shuli, I'm sure, is next. Saul.
Hold on, Soul.
The Jay Thomas Show. We make you feel better about yourself.
It's the Jay Thomas Show.
Afternoons.
Stars 2. Sirius XM 104.
Oh
Who you with? Who you with? Ooh, yo, where does you want with your griddle walk? Standing on the corner, looking so weird.
Go to Saul, S-O-L, Neilman, Neelman.com, and he's a photographer of a lot of strange sports, and that's his big sports book, Weird Sports, becomes available, or probably is available. What's the date today?
No, in a week. In a week? Yesterday. So
in a week from yesterday. Next Tuesday. Saul, welcome to the Jay Thomas Show with Shuli. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm honored to be on today.
Well, I'm sure you are. Now, you, I know a lot of people must be just, burning up the phone lines to get you to come on. What made me want you on?
Can I put you on hold? While I ask?
No, you don't put me on hold. You don't do that.
What?
What I want to know is, are these real sports that a number of people play, or you just found like 5 people that do these things?
No, I can't. The more weird sports I discover, the more that keep popping up.
Yeah, but I mean, like my favorite is chess boxing.
Right.
And tell us how.
Great chess boxer.
Yes, I love chess and I like to box.
See, there you go.
Now, tell me, how many people do you think in the United States are chess boxers?
There was a league in L.A., so I bet there's about a dozen that train, maybe 2 dozen.
So
it started in Berlin.
And give us, what are the rules?
You do a round of chess, a round of boxing, a round of chess, a round of boxing. You get 3 minutes at each, and you win if you knock out or unite your opponent. Either way.
And now, how many rounds?
I want to say 12, but usually someone gets knighted or knocked out. Mostly knighted.
So you mean you and I would play chess? Do we have boxing gloves on while we're trying to move the chess pieces?
No, they actually take the gloves off. It's a little problematic. So, you take off the gloves, you sit down inside the chess ring, play chess, and then after 3 minutes, put on the gloves and start duking them out.
And so about half and half get knocked out and half knight somebody else?
I think more people win on the chess box, playing chess than they do boxing.
Now, are these fighter people or are these chess nerds that are doing this kind of?
Definitely fighter people that have a little chess nerd in them. I don't think they're chess nerds that have a little bit of fight in them. You know what I mean? Like,
I would watch that. I mean, if it was on ESPN or something, has it ever been telecast?
Oh, the shit talking is amazing. You call that moving your pawn to rook 4, pussy?
Yeah, the trash talking is pretty remarkable.
I've seen clips and videos on YouTube and stuff of matches where the championship in Berlin, and let's give it up to Berlin for keeping the spirit of punching people in the face alive. Yeah, they go down over there, and it's the chess part I wasn't too interested in, but the boxing part I watched.
So you play chess, you make a few moves, and then you get up and do they move the chess table, or do you fight around it?
I wish they fought around it. It would make a much funnier picture, but
it would
remove it.
Yeah, and you know what?
What would make for a better picture, unfortunately.
And so this is, and then now the other sport is, one of them is guys on their children's big wheels. That's a funny race too, right?
That's happening this Sunday.
That's the Pedophile 500, right?
The Pedophile
500. They do it in San Francisco.
Sure they do.
Every Easter.
How do people fit on them? Because I know I've tried to relive my youth on those, and you don't really fit.
Well, I think you leave your legs extended out.
Oh.
Can I just ask when's the last time?
Try to pedal them.
Can I just ask Garrett when's the last time he tried to relive his youth?
Maybe like
on a big.
Who didn't want to ride down your driveway and you pull the brake?
When's the last time you tried to ride a big wheel? How old are you right now today?
I am 34 today.
When was the last time?
Not today. I didn't turn 34.
Oh God! I thought it was your birthday. I was going to have Saul send you a free book.
When was the last time you tried to ride a
wheel? It's $45.
Yeah, what I figured.
Yeah, you are one of my people, so
you can also see Saul Nealman's work at Playbook blog at Wired.com, and coming soon to the Screaming Sky Gallery in Portland, Oregon, where the mayor once opened, and there was a famous picture of the mayor opening a raincoat and saying, expose yourself to art. You know that, of course, Saul, don't you?
Of course. Bud Clark. Whoop, whoop.
Bud Clark, there you go. So now, when's the last time you got on a big wheel, Garrett, to relive your childhood?
Damn, I thought I started the question.
No, you didn't.
Probably like in my mid-20s. Or so. I don't remember the story.
Did you win?
30.
No, I couldn't fit. You can't.
Couldn't fit.
Yeah.
Go online, see the pictures.
You need a hill. That was my problem. I didn't have a hill.
Uh-huh.
They have a lot of hills in San Francisco.
Yeah, see?
What is head pulling is you put an elastic band around two heads, but how far can you pull back, and how do you win at head pulling?
Basically, you draw a line between the two of you, and you're lying on your stomach, and you kind of lean backwards. You try to pull your opponent maybe a few inches, but enough so that they cross that line.
Any heterosexuals ever do head pulling?
Pretty much all heterosexuals. I think that's why they feel comfortable.
Okay, because it sounds like something, could turn into something crazy gay if you were pulling each other like that. In fact, I'm homophobic. I'm horribly homophobic. And I would, as I started to lose, you can imagine the trembling. My body would begin to tremble. There would be sweat. My capillaries would be throwing off all sorts of blood and everything. And then when the man's face got closer and closer, no telling what my homophobia would cause me to do.
I think you would be the prime candidate for oil wrestling in Turkey. It's oil wrestling.
There's a lot that you missed on here, though, my friend.
What?
Well, musical chairs jousting is...
Wait, you knock people out of the way?
Jousting. There's unicycle jousting.
I'm looking...
bicycle jousting.
Yeah.
There's real horse jousting, Renaissance jousting.
I don't see on your list nutsack hacky sack. Where is that?
I'll save that for when I'm invited to your studio.
Now, when you play underwater hockey, you know how when you're dreaming, when you're fighting somebody in a dream, and you try and punch them really hard, but you just can't for whatever reason. I would think that in underwater hockey, when you would try and slam the puck, into the whatever the net is, you couldn't move your arms fast enough to really get it going.
Well, it's actually called octopush is the original. They call it underwater hockey is the nickname. So it's not a stick, and you're not standing. Of course, you're swimming. It's a snorkeling sport. And divers in England created it as a way to stay in shape when it was too cold to scuba dive.
They really got to tweak a couple things. The fights take forever in underwater hockey. Maybe if they just immediately go into chicken fights right there.
Well, no, but don't you have to hit a puck into a net to make it hockey?
They have like a really little...
on the bottom of a swimming pool is what you do.
And they have a really little hockey stick, and they're basically pointed head down the whole time underwater, swimming and moving this puck along. Although one guy died, I don't know if you heard about this, 5-minute major, and they left him in the box too long.
Head pulling, chess boxing, underwater hockey. Is there musical chairs jousting? You were kidding, right?
Yes, but there is air MMA.
I keep waiting.
Me and Garrett are doing air MMA right now. Oh my God, he's got me on the rope.
Air grappling is the worst.
Muddy pig in a what is muddy pig in a barrel? What is that?
That's code for anal, Jay. That has nothing to do with this interview whatsoever. You're reading the wrong notes.
Saul, was that a personal message to me? Jay, would you like to play muddy pig in a barrel? Is that a real sport? Some sort of a wrestling?
All real sports. I don't pose any of the shit
Well,
up.
what is that? What is muddy pig in a barrel? What is that?
It's hog wrestling. They do it in Wisconsin, in Viroqua, Wisconsin, every year at I think it's the Wild West Days. They have a Wild West festival, and the big thing is the hog wrestling, where teams of 3 try to pick up a pig in a muddy ring and drop the pig into a barrel.
Also known as prom night for a lot of people out there.
In Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Go to SaulNealman.com. Weird Sports, the book and it's great for our listeners. Not a lot of words in the book, a lot of pictures.
Yeah, just look at the pictures. You'll be
pictures.
Good to go.
Weird Sports available in about a week, and also you're gonna the gallery. What's the gallery in Portland, Oregon? It's Screaming Sky Gallery in Portland, Oregon.
Sky.
Saul, thank you very much. Thank you, Saul.
You guys are great. I appreciate it
we were
very much.
fabulous. Thank you. Man, Saul really enjoyed that. So he went out and took pictures of people doing silly stuff, and he's selling the book for $45.
Oof. The pictures are really good, though. I know it's going to sound stupid, but the pictures on his site were, he's a good photographer.
Okay.
A lot of action, a lot of colors.
$45 good?
For a book, coffee table book.
All right.
I hear a little birthday hint, don't you, Shuley? I'm hearing a birthday hint.
Yeah, I'm either going to get him that or a big wheel.
Maybe you can get it on the Kindle that you bought me, Jay.
I'm buying you the Kindle. I'm just waiting for the price to go down. I've had the bid in for 5 days.
The Kindle Fire? That one?
The original?
No, my wife just got that one for Christmas.
It's minus 2G.
Right. Hers is badass.
I am getting you the Kindle. I've been on the road. You're an idiot.
Now I'm not going to play fireworks tennis with you. Dude.
Robert of North Dakota. Yes, Robert, go ahead.
That sounds awesome.
Go ahead.
That sounds fun, doesn't it?
Go ahead, Robert.
I wanted to say something about people thinking that homosexuality is not natural.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not natural, why did nature create hermaphrodites?
I thought you were going to say an asshole.
Even though it is Science Wednesday,
I got to stop jumping the gun on these cars.
I really don't have. Thank you. I really don't have an answer for why nature. Now, the only one that continues to be a hermaphrodite in nature is, of course, the seahorse that mates with itself.
Well,
here's what I think is going to happen.
The seahorse mates with himself.
It takes about 10,000 years for the smallest, evolutionary change in a human to happen. And I think in about 300,000 years, people are going to be able to have sex with themselves and hop on a spaceship and climb off this planet and go populate places.
I cannot wait to disappoint myself.
Thank you, Robert, very much. All of you out there, and it's much longer than, how many years did you say?
Well, I mean, I don't know. The small evolutionary change.
No, barely. Actually, man, I think, made his first tool 5 million years ago, and I think it's took another 1 million years for him to stand up erect. You know what I'm saying? It takes a long time for that to happen.
But the first tool was all man. It was a nut scratcher.
It was a big...
I think that's
what I like is when they have a monkey and the monkey hits a bean or something with a rock. They go, look, he's using a tool. What? They make such a big fucking deal out of things. Let the monkey invent a wireless phone. Then you got something.
Show me a monkey that makes it nice.
Thank you, Robert of North Dakota.
Nice dip.
Let's go to Kristen of Minnesota. Hello, Kristen.
Yeah.
Hello. Gosh, we're having a lot of phone weirdness. Big excitement that the NFL is allowing these new uniforms to come in, but they did not allow any real changes in the boring uniforms that people wear. The uniforms are better ventilated.
The Seahawks changed their uniform. That's it.
It all has to be approved by the NFL, though.
Yeah. This would have been no matter who made the jerseys.
But they showed these designs that Nike had wanted to use for the NFL, which were really great, but they wouldn't let them use it because the NFL is run by a bunch of, old white guys who are squares.
Like if you think of the Oregon Ducks, how they have
they would never
jerseys.
Let that in the pro.
But that's all Nike. Nike owns them or sponsors them, so that's why they have all those cool jerseys. And some of them are ugly, but a lot of them are kind of different.
Well, it was kind of cool. They had on the Jets, they had an emblem of a jet crashing into Rex Ryan's wife's foot. And then on the Saints, they had him actually bribing Christ, giving Christ a bounty of some sort to hurt someone.
Picture of Mark Sanchez on the back with a brown mustache.
It's really weird that they're lighter and they're cooler, and who cares? I mean, okay, you needed to write 3 pages on that shit? No.
Totally unnecessary.
If they made them really cool looking, but they didn't really change them. They're the same colors, you know. They're
that
everything.
Steelers one is badass, though, that Garrett just showed me.
If you type in Nike prototype NFL jerseys,
it looks like a Skittle.
They make up, what they would want to do.
It almost looks like he has like a gay pride logo on his arm.
The helmet looks like it could be a Skittle.
Wow, that's badass.
New research, Christina, has shown that women seek conflict.
Whoa.
Men who say that their wives
this is out of the no shit file
or girlfriends deliberately pick fights may be onto something. A brand new study shows that in romantic relationships, men feel best when they can tell their significant others are happy.
Yes.
Women, on the other hand, are most content when their partners are upset or agitated because the intensity of their emotions show that they are invested in the relationship. Researchers videotaped 250 married and unmarried couples discussing recent episodes that had upset them. Then they had the couples watch the tape and answer questions about how they felt at different points. They discovered that the women tend to want to engage in conflict. The Massachusetts General Hospital and a psychologist, we got to get Shiri Cohen on.
Oh, my God.
Shiri.
First of all, it's a woman. Shiri.
We got to get her on. Women feel most connected when they can tell that their partners are distressed or when the men understand that the women are suffering. Christina, what do you think of this?
I could relate to it, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Men, on the other hand, find conflict threatening and feel best when their relationship partner is just in a good mood.
No, I think women are well within their right when I come home from a 14-hour day and I don't bring you honey mustard for the Popeyes chicken. Clearly that means I don't care about you or our relationship and I hate your guts. It could mean that I'm exhausted and just forgot fucking mustard.
I have to read this again because why would women why would women think that you're more intense and more invested if you get upset?
I think it's about
because you don't show emotion.
Yeah. It's feeling. After a certain point, they have no feelings anymore.
We like to do the smackdown test. See how
what they want is. Since they get no emotions, they'll take any shitty emotion.
You blow up, you still love them.
You put your foot down. If she doesn't
God damn it,
you're fine.
I love you, Bill.
Giraffe said to the nightingale, birdie said, I sing your song so sweet like some never heard of, and fly up highway past the clouds and never, ever, ever have to touch down, yeah.
Wow.
Good tune. Who is this?
It's, I don't know, it's Giraffe Nightingale.
Garrett's no homophobe, that's for sure.
No, he's not. Very secure.
Yeah. Oh, it has giraffe in it.
Yeah. It's Justin Roberts.
I actually like songs like this.
I
do. Yeah. I do. I like little stories. Got up in the morning and walked to the grocery store. Yeah. Got myself some Reese's Pieces. Yeah.
Bumped into a heart.
Yeah. Gave her a piece. She gave me one back. Reese's Pieces. Oh, let's welcome.
Some kind of rash above my crack.
I feel awful to say this. I know Tom's been on once before, but Garrett's telling me this is Tom Willis's third appearance. Go to tomsfeet.com. Tom, is this your third appearance on the show?
This is my third appearance, Jay.
Wow. Wonderful. Hand.
I apologize. Tom, of course, born without arms, and is just on a quest to fulfill.
You're right. Now I'm looking at the picture. Yeah.
Dream after dream. Now, did you successfully threw baseballs at major league stadiums? And my buddy Charlie Steiner actually announced. Didn't you throw one at Dodger Stadium also?
Yes, I did. I threw last April at Dodger Stadium, and we actually talked just a couple days before.
Right. That I remember. Now, you came on before. What did we talk about before? The Dodgers and Angels.
You first learned about my program probably through some of the media that's covered the story because I've been doing this. It's called the Pitch for Awareness National Tour, and that's pitchfораwareness.com. And my goal is to go out there and to throw a ceremonial first pitch before games at all 30 Major League Baseball stadiums.
Now, would your motto be no hands, no arms, no problem?
That is the motto. That's the name of the program. I'm a motivational speaker. That's the name of my core program. Basically, I just want people to understand that, when I hate to use the bad pun, when you're dealt a bad hand in life, you got to play it. In my case, no hand. But
you were dealt no hands.
Dealt no hands.
Now, did your mom take thalidomide or something? Is that how you
we're really
born
not
without it?
Sure. It was so long ago, and the answer is I don't know at this point in time. I used to think that it was not the case, but there's some new information that's been coming out, so it's a possible thing. But of course, what does it really matter? No matter what caused it, I'm still here. And
well, why don't you get one of those contraptions that they got a new thing now where you can actually think of things and they can hook it up to your nerve endings in your shoulder, and you could actually have a hand if you wanted one.
Well, Jay, when I was a little kid, they had me hooked up with prosthetics, but back in that day, excuse me, there were no fancy computers or.
Now, did you just lift your foot to your mouth to cover the cough?
My foot doesn't reach quite that high.
So you just cough. When you cough, you never cover your mouth with the back of your foot.
I turn it away from the phone, so I don't want to pass it on to you. But anyway, I had prosthetics when I was a kid. They basically just slowed me down because I learned to do everything with my feet. So I realized at a fairly young age that prosthetics really weren't the best way, for me to go. Now today, with all the great new things that they've come up with, it would be a good idea. But I'm just so used to doing life the way I do life. I don't think I'd want to even change.
Well, now you're born. Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have one brother, one sister.
And so you're the oldest, the youngest, the middle? Which one?
I am the youngest of the three. Both of them are, they're fine. They have hands, arms, feet, legs, everything they need.
Do they ever bitch to you about, stuff being hectic in their life, and you're like, shut up? Look
not really, because, as we grew up, I was just the third kid in the family. I was the baby brother, so I got, pounded and taunted and you name it, and that's the way I want life to be. I want life to treat me like I'm a person.
The leg is 7 times stronger than the arm. So when somebody was picking on you and you kicked the shit out of them, you were a better fighter probably than you should have been a better fighter.
Well, I was fortunate. I didn't kind of end up in that direction. But, with my situation, I probably get 1 or 2 really good kicks before it's kind of duck and cover at that point in time.
Can I ask you, how old are you, sir?
Oh, God, I just turned 53.
Okay.
Oh, good luck to you.
What is the...
Good luck.
Are you a married man?
Yes, been married, lovely lady for 27 years.
So now, how do you meet your wife, and how does that all go down? Because I imagine...
Well, she's blind, isn't she, with no legs?
No, she was...
No?
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be a reality show.
Well, I was just guessing. It's a bad guess.
Well, actually, the situation was that I lived in Washington, D.C., and I had met this young lady that lived in Cleveland, Ohio, and she indeed was blind. And we
Oh, come on. I'm kidding. I was kidding.
Well, I'm telling you the truth. And we dated. She was in town for a summer job, and then the next summer she didn't come to D.C., so I drove out to Cleveland and spent a couple of days with her. One night we went out with some of her friends to go to a bar, and my wife walked into the room, and that was it.
Wait a minute. You didn't marry, you dumped the blind girl for the wife?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. You know how, Christina...
What'd you say? See you later, cripple, and leave and went with the wife, right?
No, how about, no, you know what he just walked away and she didn't know he was gone. Christina, can you imagine you're blind and you get dumped by a guy with no arms?
No.
And the guy is flirting with one of your best friends. Right in front of you.
What challenge did the woman you fell in love with have?
Her challenge is that she's married to me.
Now, when she met you, and you've got to immediately know that she's got to be this wonderful, wonderful woman that is incredibly accepting, because you are a really smart guy. You're a honor student. You graduated magna cum laude from the University of Maryland. Of course, who's gonna give a bad grade to a guy with no arms?
Yeah,
but I'm sure
there are people that will.
Oh, there are. And so, what was it when you met her? I mean, are you insecure? Were you insecure when you walked up to her and everything you did was with your feet?
Well, no, not really. I mean, I wasn't exactly the dating king back then.
No.
People don't exactly fall in love with my body type that often.
Uh-huh.
But it was just one of those things that we met, and it just something sparked between the two of us. I don't know what it is, but I just know that I was scheduled. Pardon the cough. I was scheduled. This was over the weekend, and I was scheduled to leave on Monday to go back to D.C. But I had the whole week off, so I kind of pulled her aside and said, "Well, if you'd like to go to dinner Monday night."
You pulled her with your foot?
No, I just kind of, gently tapped her on the shoulder with my.
Yeah.
I have a small little appendage. It's about 6 inches long.
Oh, you have a little tiny appendage.
So do I, pal.
All right.
Yeah.
And you pulled her aside, and you said, "I'll extend my stay."
And I said, if you would like, I'd love to take you to dinner on Monday night. And all I ask is, can I crash on your couch, and then I'll head home Tuesday. Well, we went to dinner. I crashed on her couch. I didn't go home until the following Sunday.
Wow.
So
now, when you are excited by a woman, can you lift your foot up and take it all the way up, and like a guy would cop a quick feel? Can you use your foot to cop a little, get a little breast feely action?
Well, I wish my foot would reach up that far.
Wow.
When I was a kid, I had scoliosis, so they put 2 metal bars in my back.
Wait a minute.
To stop.
You got scoliosis. You don't have any arms.
Who did you piss off?
My God! And then you of course you get married. You have children, by the way.
I have a stepdaughter.
Oh, but none with her. So this wonderful woman marries you. When you go to her home to meet her family, and she brings you there, were they stunned that she was in love with a man with no arms? It had to be very unusual or very, I don't know. I mean, you have such a good personality, but something had to worry you,
Well, she had been previously married, and things did not work out well, and she had a daughter as a result, and he kind of walked out and never came back. So her parents, if anything, were very, very, let's just say they were not only curious, but they were very cautious, because they knew she had been burned once before, and obviously that's their baby girl, and they don't want that happening again.
I know, but it's the no arms thing. You're doing it from an emotional thing.
Shimmy, doctor.
Well, it's like you look at me and it's like, okay, this is the package. You take it or you don't.
Yeah. Okay. Now, would you wear the fake arms to kind of make it look good in the beginning?
No, don't need anything to make it look good except what God gave me.
Really?
Shimmy, doctor.
Hold on a minute.
Any
Yes, go ahead.
thoughts about going on tour with Zsa Zsa and the drummer from Def Leppard?
I don't think so. You'll hear some questions here. Tom Willis, don't he's not well. Tom Willis is here, born in Washington, D.C., where he grew up in Tacoma Park, Maryland. Graduated from with honors, high school and college, and TV production guy. And his dream was to pitch at baseballs at Major League parks. How many parks did you do?
So far, I've thrown out a ceremonial first pitch at 14 out of the 30 major league stadiums.
Bravo!
And I've seen some of his pitches online.
Right. Yeah.
And you throw consistently a better pitch than one of my bosses here that I work, a gentleman by the name of Gary Delabate. Are you familiar with Gary's pitch?
I am quite familiar with Gary's pitch.
Now, just talk to me. How bad was that pitch?
Well, all I can do is talk about my own pitch, and out of my 14, I've thrown 7 strikes. So Gary only got one shot. Who knows how well he'd do if he had 14.
Now, beside the pitching, you had a dream of feeding a giraffe with your feet. Why was
such
that
a weird dream?
Yes, why?
Well, we live out here in San Diego now, and one of the staples here is the San Diego Zoo. And one of the really cool things you can do is actually go in and feed a giraffe. And I always thought that would be pretty cool, but how the heck am I going to do it? Well, I'll do it with my foot. And it's just a question of how will the giraffe react to that. And sure enough, the giraffe was very cautious, and it took a few minutes before it was finally able to come down. It was being teased, down by the trainer, and it finally came down and took the biscuit out of my foot. So,
aren't you worried that he was going to grab you by like your toes and just start flinging you through the air or something?
Well, the most important thing to know is that they don't have any upper front teeth, so they couldn't bite down and take your foot off or your fingers.
So they're the crack whores of the animal kingdom.
I'm not quite sure about that, but
I saw that on Nat Geo. They call them.
Now, if you had arms and you'd have just lifted the cracker up, that's what he's used to.
Yeah.
So he, or I don't know if it's a he or a she, it had to reach over. Did they do it a special way for you?
Well, they have a place set up where the public can actually go and feed the giraffes. And the challenge for me was just to get my leg up high enough that the giraffe could lean down and actually, take the biscuit. But then you figure, if you've got little kids, who are coming in, they're not going to be able to reach very high either. So the giraffes did have the capability of reaching, if you see the picture on my site, you'll see that I have my foot up about, about even with my waist, maybe a little higher. So, but it was able to come down and snag that out of my foot.
Are you skilled enough with your foot that you could undo your wife's bra?
Most certainly.
Wow. Because that's hard to do with hands.
Now, I think everyone's thinking this, and, when you're a kid and you're a teenager and, you have desires, did you masturbate with your feet?
I always thought I'd get that question from Howard Stern first.
No, it's not a dirty question. It's a natural
it's a life question.
No, and I'm not doing it to be provocative. I think we all think, well, what do I do with my hands? When you're by yourself, you pick your nose. Do you pick your nose by yourself? Did you pick your nose with your toes?
Well, again, my
feet
can't reach up quite that high.
Can't do that, but you can scratch things.
Fortunately, I have that small hand that is able to.
Oh, you got the hand that helps.
That can reach the nose, but it can't reach the nether regions.
Right. Okay.
So, basically, hey, I was a kid, I was a teenager, I had the same hormones, the same desires, and basically what I do is when I find something that I really want to find a way to do it, I find a way to do it.
Let's hear it for a man. That's exactly how you should answer. When I need to do something, I'll find a way.
Sometimes I'll be walking down the street, right, and I get this little tickle in my ass, right? And then the tickle becomes like an intense itch.
Surely you have to scratch it.
Well,
That's exactly right.
and I'm aware of that, Ira, and I do. But my question to my good man here is, you're a
Tom
human
Willis.
being, Tom. You got to have those feelings every now and then. You can't just jump into a handstand on the street and handle business. You know what I mean?
Well, I'll basically very subtly try to walk up against a corner of a building or, a sign or whatever and just kind of reach back there and give it a little shake.
And the one advantage you have is everybody's focused on the fact you have no arms. They're not watching you grinding your ass into a building.
And the other thing, basically, when you do things the way I do, which is totally different,
right?
You have to learn that you can't really care what other people think.
No, you're right.
If my butt itches, I got to scratch it.
Did you work in an office?
I will try to be subtle, but I still got to scratch my butt.
Well, you were in an office, and so when they first hire you, what's the first meaningful job you were hired to do?
Oh, let's see. Directly out of college, someone you're probably familiar. Well, actually, you're not. It was Arbitron Ratings. The guys that
you work for Arbitron, and what was your job?
I was a field staff manager. Back in those days, when they were doing the surveys, they'd call people at their house and say, "Would you like to be in our surveys?" But in those days, long distance was pretty expensive, so they had people hired throughout the country that were literally calling from their home phones and making these calls. So my job, I was responsible for 10 states in the country. My job was to hire these people and make sure they got the work done and all the paperwork came in and they got paid and, the whole 9 yards. So I was basically responsible for making sure that survey happened in those 10 states.
So Tom Willis has no arms. You walk in, and are you in competition with other people for this job?
Well, I actually started with the company doing telephone interviewing. They have a great big room.
With your foot up to your ear?
Well, no, I hold the phone up to my ear with this small hand that I have.
Oh, the little hand, that's right.
Yeah, and I'm able to type, do the numbers on the phone and everything. But I have to do all of my writing down on the floor. So we had to find a space.
You've got the phone up on your ear, and you've got a pin in your toes.
Correct. And I'm doing all the work down on the floor.
I got a question for you. Could you throw a football?
I can kick a football.
I got a little contest.
Against me?
Yep.
Well, all right.
Jake
sure,
throws to knock a meatball, throws a football, knock a meatball off a tree. You get to kick at it and see if you can knock it off the tree first.
No, throw a baseball at it.
What's the distance?
It's about, let's see. What do you think it is, Garrett? 15 yards maybe from the floor to that tree? About a 15 yard
at the most.
Yeah, about a 15-yard throw.
I'd give it a shot.
Okay.
We got ourselves a
So
ball.
what did they?
You something.
Go ahead, Ira the weatherman.
If your back itches, how do you scratch it then?
Basically, like I said, I find a nice surface that I can just back up to and rub up against. Or, if I'm fortunate, my lovely lady is with me. I'll say, honey, please scratch my back. And she's got some pretty good fingernails.
And so you wanted this giraffe. You wanted to feed it. What did doesn't the giraffe have some huge tongue on it?
Yeah, a giraffe, for however tall a giraffe is, say it's 17 feet tall, it will have a tongue that is 1 inch long for every foot tall it is.
That's the same thing with NBA players.
So a 17-foot tall giraffe has a 17-inch tongue.
My God.
And rather than biting the biscuit, they literally stick out their tongue or wrap their tongue around it and take it away from you.
Man.
Yeah.
Now, did you just do it once, or was there multiple feedings?
We did. They brought in about a half a bucket worth of the biscuits, probably about 20 or 30, because we knew it was going to be challenging for them to reach a comfort zone. So, the trainer was using them, trying to coax the giraffe down to where my foot was, and so we did about 20 or 30. And again, these are biscuits to a giraffe. It's like eating a kernel of popcorn. I mean, it's not a significant amount of food for them, even though it looks big to us.
By the way, this is go to tomsfeet.com. Tom Willis, who throws a baseball in Major League Parks, and of course, really wants everyone to no hands, no arms, no problem. Next time you feel down or that you can't do something, Tom Willis is here. Now, what's it like to be an example? Your entire life, you're this example of stick-to-itiveness or whatever. How did you fight your depression?
Well, I really never had any depression. Basically, my mom taught me that, it's going to be a very cruel world out there, and things are going to be much different for me than for everybody else. But she taught me, to understand and appreciate that I have the smarts, I have the ability, and I can find my way through life. So as I navigated through life, especially through my career, I didn't want to be pointed out as, oh, he's the best disabled TV producer we've ever met. I want people to say, he's the best TV producer we've ever met. And, so that was always my goal, was to be the best person I could be, disability to the side. Well, now I'm kind of in a new phase of my life doing the motivational speaking now, where I'm able to reach back into that 20-plus years of experience and be able to share with people the obstacles. I turn obstacles into opportunities. I turn challenges into championships, and I try to make the impossible possible. So that's
what's the weirdest place that your foot automatically reacted? Like something was going on. I imagine you standing with some actors or something in television or people, and your foot does this thing, and it just shocked people to see it. Did you have a moment like that?
You're saying like a bar gets thrown across the room and his foot jumps up and grabs it?
Or you lifted your foot up on a table and you picked up the pen and you right on the floor and the person wasn't aware that you were going to do that. Did that happen to you?
I have gotten many deer in the headlights looks before.
Okay.
Where people just kind of freeze in, like, oh my God, what is he doing? But one of my favorite, and it's not really my feet, it's my small hand, is a photo that was taken of me as I was getting ready to shake hands with then Vice President Al Gore. And Gore has got this look on his face. He's got his hand extended, and he's kind of looking at me like, okay, what am I supposed to do next? And it's classic because we got that captured in photo. But he realized that, my hand is my hand, and that's how I shake hands. And he shook my hand, just like he did with
everybody. He thought the foot was coming up.
Well, no. Again, my foot pretty much does stuff down on the floor. I don't reach up and do high fives. However, I have with a very good friend of mine. We've developed the low five, where instead of slapping hands, you slap feet together.
Tom'sFeet.com, and Tom Willis, I guess we'll have you on again. Tom, thank you very much.
Hey, no problem. I appreciate it, Jay. And also, people can check out PitchForAwareness.com, which is more about the baseball program. And, if anybody out there has any good connections, I've still got 16 more teams I'm trying to get with. So
you should throw out the first pitch when they open the season in Japan.
Well, too late. That was last week, man.
Yeah. No, I'm saying next year.
But what's interesting, though, is the first game was won by the Mariners, and the Mariners is the one team that I will be pitching at so far this season that I've confirmed with.
Okay, cool.
So cool.
Tom, have a good Easter.
Thank you.
Enjoy it.
Thank you. And, Jay, give me a holler later in the season, and we can compare notes, see how things are going.
Tom Willis, Tom'sFeet.com. Thank you very much, Tom.
Great, Jay. Thank you. Take care, guys.
I see you.
Guy doesn't have a...
Very nice.
Gary. Guy goes, all right, take care, guys. Gary goes, all right, see ya.
The guy doesn't have an unoptimistic bone in his body, a pessimistic bone in his body, nothing.
It's a little annoying, to be honest with you.
Well, and he meets a woman and he gets married and he dumps a blind girl it's impossible. Can you imagine your daughter one day, Shuli, brings a guy in, no arms, and it's dinner time, and he's got the little hand and
That's not the part that floors me. I can't imagine my little girl bringing a guy with no arms in, is eating at the dinner table with his feet with us, and then he dumps her for someone else. That's the part that would kill me. You poor blind girl sitting there going, Dad, the guy with no arms who wiped food off my face with his feet left me.
I felt so sorry for her. I don't know where she is.
That was more depressing than him going through life without him.
I know, the poor thing. And the woman that walks into the room, there's nothing wrong with the woman. He immediately dumps the person that has a disability.
And really, what a dumb dream this guy is. What a dumb...
You mean letting the giraffe suck on his toe? Maybe that's really what he wants. Yes, Ira.
Ever get calls late at night from Rex Ryan?
Oh, he's gone.
No, he's gone now. He's gone now.
That's a good one.
He's gone, but that's a good one. Thanks. Let's go to Adam of Maine, who is our lobsterman. Adam, you're a big aficionado.
Hey, Adam, can I have some lobster?
Adam.
Hey, fuck you. Can I have some Smucker's jelly, Willie Scott?
What did you think of the man with no arms who let the giraffe?
Kangaroo man.
Or T-Rex.
He's like a fucking kangaroo. You may as well go to Australia right now.
Move to Australia.
You know what would be funny? We should shoot a movie with him in Australia running with the kangaroos, with the little hand.
He must look like a kangaroo. I would think, just bent over, running around with them little arms.
Forget that. I have the mental image of a guy with no arms rubbing his asshole up against a building for the last 20 minutes.
But wait a minute. Does he wear shoes during the day, Garrett? I forgot to ask him.
I would hope so. I hope he cuts his toenails, too.
How the fuck you going to do anything with shoes on,
Well, no. Maybe he wears slippers and he flops them off.
Maybe he has those toe gloves.
I wonder if he can flip a slipper in the air and hook it on his little hand.
Shit, I could do that.
A piece of popcorn, can you flip it up in the air and catch it in your mouth with your big toe or something?
Of course, he could probably do all those things. Wow.
Flip your ass in the air, Adam.
With his big toe.
You know what? It would be so funny to see somebody picking on someone. The guy with no arms comes up and just kicks the shit out of the guy,
Or he does the splits to separate everybody.
Matrix style.
Now, here's the other thing.
Everybody calm down.
Not only did Rick Santorum's God not give the man arms, Rick Santorum's God also gave him scoliosis, which is a curvature of the spine, and it's one of the most painful surgeries where they put these iron rods on each side of your backbone. I mean,
the Iron Man.
This guy, the Iron Kangaroo Man, Kangaroo Iron Man. All right. Adam, did you go out lobstering last night or this morning? When do you go out?
5:30 this morning I went out.
How did it go?
Good. Good. Water's warm. We didn't have a winter around here, as Willis Scott knows.
Smucker's
Now,
jelly.
now let me ask a question.
Hey, you fucking,
is that bad? Now, what do the lobsters do because the water has stayed warmer than normal? What are the?
We're getting cheddar lobsters, soft lobsters. We usually don't get any, and we're getting like half cheddars now.
What do you call a shedder? And usually you get more cheddars than this.
In the summertime, you get cheddars usually, but the water.
Do you eat a soft shelled? Do you eat a soft shelled lobster?
Yeah, soft shell. That's what most people eat in the summertime around here.
Is that good? Soft shelled lobster?
Some people like them better, some don't. I personally like the harder ones.
You like the hard shell. All right. Well, thank you,
Hey,
Adam.
what happened to that drunk that was fucking calling up at 4?
He's on the phone right now. Hi, Adam.
No, he's not. You mean Donnie of Detroit? Yeah, he didn't call
have
back.
a little drinking contest with him.
Donnie of Detroit, if you're listening, call back. Adam of Maine would like to have a drink.
Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, we'll both start drinking. We'll see who can get drunk out of us.
Absolutely. That's
a great game.
You know what, Garrett? We had nothing planned for Thursday, and now our show is made. Show is done. All right. Thank you, Adam of Maine.
Motherfucker.
Thank you. Right after the United States warned people about going, the State Department, going to Mexico. And then the president of Mexico came to visit. Barack Obama sent one of his daughters, she was going, she goes to a Quaker school, a friend's school, by the way. My wife's a Quaker. And they volunteered at an orphanage in Mexico. And they sent her over there, helped the little orphans, and then she went to some archaeological sites, and she drank, vanilla milkshakes and all this kind of stuff. And it was a way for Barack Obama to tell people that it was safe to vacation in Mexico. It was his little gift to President Calderon. Now, I'll tell you how safe it is, Shuli. The little girl, Malia, was surrounded by 9 Secret Service guys.
Yeah.
While she was on vacation. Armed to the teeth.
They better be, because everybody in Mexico is.
And an Army helicopter stayed near where she was staying in case anything happened. She could be airlifted out immediately. I'm not kidding. I mean, it's so silly that you would make a gesture that you would think the average American could make, and your child is surrounded by, a unit of Secret Service agents and a helicopter standing by. I'm glad she had a good time, but doesn't make me want to go over there.
No, that's she wasn't in Mexico. They might as well go to Disneyland. That's a fantasy. Nobody has that luxury.
NBC apologized for taking the 911 conversation that we all heard of George Zimmerman after around the time he was about to shoot Trayvon Martin, and they edited it. Now, tonight, if you watch Fox or any of the right-wing outlets, they're going to go nuts on this. This is, what the mainstream media does. I don't know why they did this. They really did. They made a bad edit. Zimmerman was saying, this guy looks like he's up to no good. He looks black. The actual transcript, which we heard, we played almost the whole thing. This guy looks like he's up to no good, or he's on drugs or something. It's raining, that's why he had the hood on, and he's just walking around looking about. Then the 911 operator said, okay, is he black, white, or Hispanic? And then Zimmerman said, he looks black. But NBC quoted it. Now, what they're not playing is under his breath saying, Nancy Grace said it on fucking coon under his breath.
There's no way he said that.
What do you think he said? Kook?
No, I don't think he said anything that was derogatory. I think it was like fucking cause or something. Or
he might have said
fucking what?
Because or
fucking cause.
People are saying he might have said fucking gun.
Fucking gun.
Yes.
Fucking gun.
I mean, It was so inaudible. For them to hear that means they're racist.
Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but homosexuals have incredible hearing.
It's true.
What's that?
Anderson Cooper heard it perfectly.
What's that? Hello.
And that's when I first heard it, when Anderson Cooper played it.
How about, did you see the Piers Morgan interview with not with the guy's brother, Zimmerman's brother, but he did an interview after that with some reporter, this guy Torre? I
don't know.
He's this black guy, and he came on Piers Morgan to basically tell.
You mean not Juan, not the guy that got fired at NPR, Juan?
No. He's a young guy, and I think he's over at MSNBC right now.
Torre. He just has one name?
Yes, and he comes on Piers Morgan.
Like Butterbean?
Like Cher of the reporting world. And,
right,
and accuses Piers Morgan of being a horrible journalist. How dare he have his brother on and not challenge his brother and not go after his brother.
Whose brother?
George Zimmerman's brother was on Piers Morgan's show.
And said George is an asshole?
No, he said that like Piers asked him, he played him clips, he played clips saying, what do you mean I didn't challenge his brother? He played a clip of him going, in the video of him in the police station, you cannot see injuries on his head that he talks about. You don't see blood on his face from a broken nose. This was 30 minutes after the incident. You would have some visible signs.
Well, you do.
Well, so
the back of his head has a big bloody splotch on it. It really does.
Well,
they showed it. I saw it last night. It is a big.
There's a new enhanced picture
like
going around.
Like he got his
now.
ass beaten. Yeah.
But so anyhow, so he's having this debate with him, and he's telling Piers Morgan that he's not a real journalist. So Piers Morgan does the funniest thing. He goes on this guy's Twitter page and he pulls up a tweet from this guy 2 days or 3 days after this incident happens, where the guy wrote, new slang term, you're Zimmermanning me equals killing me. And he puts that tweet out. And Piers Morgan's
Who did that? His brother?
No, the reporter that was talking shit on Piers Morgan, that was saying he wasn't a real reporter.
So Piers Morgan had this information and used it against the guy.
Oh yeah, he goes, you think he goes, you're telling me I'm not a real journalist. Well, what is this about?
What did the guy do? What did he do?
He basically said that because Piers is from England, he doesn't understand how dark sense of humor works out here. Yeah, it was the dumbest fucking excuse I've ever heard. He came off like such a fucking tool. And then Piers Morgan did an even better job. He says, let me ask you point blank, do you think George Zimmerman murdered Trayvon Martin? And the guy from MSNBC goes, yes. And he says, well, so you've already made up your mind. You call yourself a reporter, you haven't heard all the facts, and you've already convicted this guy. And basically told him to fuck off. And that was the end of the interview. But I thought it was great because it shows both sides of the argument. Look, what the guy did is not right. But if you don't know the whole fucking story, then just chill the fuck out and wait for everything to come out. That's
here's the problem now is the Neighborhood Watch is not supposed to use a weapon.
And they told him do not follow him.
That's true. But you're the only person that can decide whether your life is in danger. And in this law, this stand and fight or whatever, they stand your ground, you decide that your life is in danger and you kill somebody. And then the police come and you go, my life was in danger. So let's say a guy's standing in front of me with a fountain pen and he's going to stab me and I shoot him. I stood my ground. That's the state law. Unless they say it's unconstitutional, they won't get a conviction.
But if you see a guy with a knife or whatever and you go running towards him to interact and to eventually shoot him, I mean, it's not like you're walking down the street and all of a sudden, boom, a guy with a knife pops out of an alley.
He didn't premeditate the murder, but he got in the guy's face.
Right.
To the guy, he was just a piece of shit.
He premeditated
driving around the neighborhood.
The confrontation.
Yes, he did.
That he premeditated.
He couldn't wait.
And the only reason he did that is because he knew he had a gun. He knew
by the way,
shit got hairy.
I want him to go to jail because we all know who this fat asshole Zimmerman is. Mm-hmm. We know these fucking losers. We've known them our whole lives.
Yeah.
And to defend these fucking assholes that have nothing going on. So whether he had a gun or not, these local rent-a-cop guys, I mean, come on.
They're not
everyone. They're not rent-a-cop. He's Neighborhood Watch. He's
like a
step down from rent-a-cop.
Right. She's right. You're not even
Neighborhood Watch
to be a rent-a-cop.
Call the cops if you see something. There's no gun thing in there. Yeah, I mean, look.
Nobody joins Neighborhood Watch in hopes of thwarting an armed robbery themselves. You know?
Nobody that young joins Neighborhood Watch unless there's something wrong with them.
You're 100% right. That's an old fart thing.
Ira, would you ever join Neighborhood Watch?
No, I wouldn't, Jay.
Thank you very much.
perfectly normal answer.
My neighborhood was a neighborhood watch neighborhood.
Did
you ever go out there?
When you walked around, you looked around.
Garrett's walking around smoking a joint, looking for undesirables.
What is he looking for?
I'm still not like 100% against the Zimmerman guy.
Oh, Garrett.
What?
We have to talk.
You're not against
and beats him up. What's he supposed to do?
It was raining.
What do you mean? It was
the hoodie went up.
So you beat someone up because it's raining?
So somebody is following you in a car
bitch.
while you're walking,
Okay.
and you're just gonna do what?
I think
go,
they
what
should.
are you doing here? Oh, my friend lives down the road. Okay, see you later.
How do you know that's not what happened?
Because it didn't. Because the guy
Zimmerman
turned around and beat him
told you
up.
and said that it didn't happen that way?
This is how I feel. Why don't they say that Trayvon was using stand your ground? The guy looked like he was threatening him, so he needed to beat his head into the country.
Hell, throw the pedestrian right-of-way law in that argument, too, while we're at it. Why not?
That's why, Jay, you are seeing a lot of these marches, a lot of these people march.
Really?
Well, it's...
That's what?
These cops go...
He's lost his train of thought.
ready to kill a person.
No, this wasn't a cop.
No, there was a cop that killed somebody up in the Bronx.
Well, we're not talking about that right now.
And that's an
And
issue,
everything.
too. Why isn't anybody talking about that kid? Because he was shot with the pot, right, Ira?
He had
That's
pot?
right, in his
He
bathroom.
was trying to flush all the pot down
That's
the toilet.
right.
And then
They
a
shot him in the bathroom while he was...
dead.
No.
Point blank, yes. I will send you the article.
Because he was flushing pot down the toilet,
And I
he
don't
shot
even
him?
think that the cop was on duty.
It wasn't a cop,
when
it was a
happened.
plumber. He didn't want to have to unclog it. And
He was an
fucking got
off-duty
pissed.
plumber, and he killed the kid.
He's like, I ain't snaking that shit, pal.
We'll continue this conversation, but a car that I almost bought and thought was really cool has been named the worst car ever built. I know. And my wife said, if you buy that, I'm leaving you. And I said, are you kidding? This is the greatest car I've ever seen. It tops the list of worst cars. Stay where you are.
The Jay Thomas Show. Afternoons. Stars 2.
Sirius XM 104.
We heard earlier that McCartney's son wants to get all the Beatles' children together to become the new generation Beatles.
Sad.
This is Julian Lennon.
Yeah,
They sound like their parents. They do.
They're not going to allow him in either.
And Ringo's son can't sing at all, so it'll fit right in. Here we go, Julian Lennon. Oh, come on. But he sounds just like his dad.
Yeah.
You didn't play this song, Jay, on the radio? This is kind of your time.
No.
I guess it wasn't dancey enough.
You know what? I didn't play Sean Lennon either.
Yeah, I
there
went
was
through
nothing to play.
Yeah,
It
I went
is.
through his songs here. I didn't recognize one of them.
Yeah, Sean Lennon, no.
Did you ever
And
hear
what's-
that Yoko thing that she did at the museum up here, where she just screamed into a microphone? That was
That's her
art?
singing.
That was her art.
No, but that was her singing also. She put an album out of that stuff. She sounded like a sparrow being strangled. It was really awful.
I have that album. It's on the fucking bottom of my cat's litter box.
So years ago, this kind of hybrid car came out, and God, I want to say it was a Buick, or maybe it was. Well, the Yugo everybody made fun of and everything else, but there was a car called an Aztec. It was
Subaru, I thought. No,
it was in 2001.
Pontiac.
Pontiac.
It was a Pontiac Aztec, and it was a car, but it was also a truck, and it even had a thing where you could attach a tent to the back of it or to the side of it, and I almost bought it. And my wife said, "That's the ugliest piece
that
of
is the fucking." That's like it looks like when the refs do an instant replay review.
No, it's a cool car.
It looks
No.
like it looks like that curtain they put over their head when they're looking at the instant replay.
No,
that
but
is the
Garrett,
dumbest car I've ever seen.
Oh,
Garrett, does it?
1920 photographers.
Yeah.
Now,
the
Garrett,
camera exploded when you take a picture.
doesn't it say that you can camp in it or something.
Yeah, it comes with a tent.
Yeah. Comes with a tent. That's right.
Yeah,
and
I've been in this car before.
I always wanted to get cars because I don't need them fast or anything. I'd like them to be utilitarian, but I didn't want to buy, like a van. So when I would see something like this, I had a Fiat station wagon, I had a Toyota, I don't know. They're all like hatchbacks or something flipped out or whatever. So I see this Aztek and I go, man, this is a tent. My wife goes, well, when are we going to go in a car and need a tent? I go, I don't know. It was cool. It was ranked the worst car ever made.
It's also ranked number 1 out of the top 100 ugliest cars of all time.
Yes, I know.
Dude,
I know.
I mean, that
know.
thing is fucking ridiculous. It's like driving. Wow. You might as well.
Let's go to Zeeg of California. Zeeg. I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. Did you ever own an Aztek?
Oh, no. No.
All right. Get rid of him.
In the commercials, it was portrayed as an adult My Buddy. That would go with you anywhere you want.
Yeah, no. I felt I felt a kinship to it, and every now and again, well, they didn't last long.
Ever been on the road and need to develop film? Get the Pontiac Aztek with built-in darkroom.
I would see one and I would go, God, I always kind of wanted to buy that, but it didn't make it.
No, it didn't.
Scott of Tampa, did you ever own an Aztek?
Tired of getting laid? Pick up a Pontiac Aztek.
Well, I was married with a family.
It's cool because we spell it with a K.
Were you a car salesman, and did you sell anybody an Aztek? No, nothing.
No, let me explain what happened. I was got a company and we leased cars, and my plant manager, we were getting him an SUV. So we went to, I think it was a Chevy, whatever dealership it was that had the Aztek in it. And my partner and I are looking at this Aztek, and we start laughing at this thing. It's just, I don't see how you could think that it was anything but the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
Well, wait a minute now. It's the tent. There's a tent on it, and you could park it, and the tent would go up automatically, and you could sleep in it, and then it went back to being a car.
Anyway, it was, a tent in a car if you want to live in your car. So we're laughing about it. We're talking to the salesman. He said, I guess this is a car that was designed by a committee. So then, anyway, we sent my plant manager in because it was going to be his car. We were going to get him like a Trailblazer or something like that. And I said, well, go look at it and make sure it's what you want. He calls us back and he says, no, I don't like that. What I like is this Aztek. And we start laughing like we can't help ourselves. We couldn't let him buy it. We couldn't let him. We leased him, but we couldn't let him do it. But
you mean you would be too embarrassed for one of your representatives to have an Aztek?
Yes. I would.
Well, you're right. You were correct. My wife was correct, and now Edmunds, whatever it is, that car ranking thing, it's been ranked the worst car. Now they don't rank it gas mileage or comfortability or whatever the hell it is. It's just bad. Just turned out bad. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes.
It's like someone built a blanket fort and put it on wheels.
Andrew of New Jersey, it says here you bought an Aztek.
Yes, I did.
How much was the Aztek?
They took $6,000 off the discounted price, and I got 0% financing. And I had it. I kept it for it. It was the ugliest thing. My wife hated it, and then my wife took my boss on a trip to Rhode Island, and the windshield wipers broke. So,
Now, what about the tent? What about that? Did you ever use the tent?
Did you ever pitch a tent?
We had a friend who said there was a tent. I'm Jewish. I only go camping at Holiday Inn, but I'm an alcoholic. So the guy said there's a flame meat in the middle. It's the last thing I need to see. But it wasn't bad. It worked.
But did you press a button and the tent went up automatically, or did you have to?
No, you got to hammer spikes into the tailgate. Of
no, but
I
I was not even allowed to test drive it or attempt to like it. So how did the tent work? Do you remember?
No, I didn't get to the tent for it, but they said I could take it home for a test drive. So I drove 210 miles on a test drive. So I brought it back, and I said, you're out of your mind. But we wound up buying the car because my next-door neighbor was the general manager of the GM dealership. But
now went for a test drive. He drove it 200-plus miles.
Yeah, he kept it too long. Yeah. Now listen. Now, did you trade it in or did you sell it? How did you lose the car? How'd you get rid of it?
Well, I traded it in. I eventually got a Cadillac after that one.
What did they give you on the trade-in for an Aztek?
About $1,500.
It says first year that GM forecasted 75,000 would be sold, and they needed to sell 30,000 to make their money back. They only sold 25,000.
You know what sold more than 25,000? The dog car from Dumb and Dumber, the dog van. They sold 26,000.
Well, I also like the name. I like the name Aztek because, of course, it was, it looked like a ruin, like an Aztec ruin. It had the angles, They should have made it out of terracotta tiles. But I don't know what it was. There was something, I don't like putting a tent in the ground. So the fact that the tent was kind of automatic, I was so attracted to it, but I couldn't touch it. All right.
And it was the first prize of the first survivor. Like that.
Was it?
Yeah, they were married. Like that was the whole show was promoting that car. I think it was the first one.
All right. Thank you, Andrew of New Jersey.
Because they tried to make it Generation X's new car. And it didn't really work out.
Oh, I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker.
To camp all the time.
It wasn't camp all the time. I had two little kids.
By the way, that sentence you just said tells me you are very close to getting married again, Christina. The way she said, who wants to go camping all the time? Marriage is right around the corner.
You're out of your mind.
Well, I
don't.
You're
going to be going, are you breathing?
I was looking for a cool way to, like, you take the family out. And you're someplace, and you do something that you would be comfortable with, and then they would think they were camping. Because I don't like to sleep on the ground. I don't like to get low. So when I go camping, I need to bring like a cot or something that's a couple of feet off the ground, and it always takes up too much room, and I'm never allowed to bring the sleep thing that I want to sleep in.
You are such a pain in the ass.
I don't like to get low. I don't know what it is. It's just, even when I was a kid, I don't like getting low.
Little John, you'd not be a fan of his.
Right. Well, let's go to Herman of Chicago, now that he's not running for president. Herman Cain, did you own an Aztek?
No, I did not own an Aztek, Jay, but I find that name insulting to the Hispanic heritage.
The worst.
The ugliest thing I've ever seen, and it insults my Aztek relative.
All right.
I hope the world ends on December just because of this Aztec.
Right. This is the Mayan calendar. Horrifying.